And I have 2 children. And they're so cute. Look at them.
I'm not actually on that screen, so I can't see them.
That's fine.
Just so you know.
It's fair. Oh yeah, I got the empty capsule thing.
Oh, yes. Okay. I was just like,
that was new to me. I'm like, what the fuck? There's aliens now? Last I checked, I just had ghosts of my grandfather haunting the farm.
Lol.
There's aliens? So that was a rude awakening. Ah, the ancient fruit wine. Can't wait to have it go purple. Iridium quality because or like 2,000 a bottle, just standard.
Alright, Bailey. You should check my volumes.
Okay, let's see. Can it hear me?
And I should be around the same volume as you. Going off of OBS at least.
Well, I'm gonna mute you on voice chat so just I can hear on Twitch. Oh, well, that's different. Trying to minimize out of Stardew right now. So I can get to the fucking corner thing. There we go. Because
So how does it sound,
my
Captain?
browser is very low.
Assuming you don't have me muted still. Which you might.
I'm a little bit of delay, but you know. It's a little low, in all honesty.
Which one? The game?
Low. Okay, I can hear the game.
Yeah.
I can hear the clicking just fine. Seems to be about the same volume as me.
Yeah. You said I am?
Your normal, quieter self just in person, so.
Okay, then I'll turn you down just a skosh. Or maybe should I turn you down a little bit or turn me up a little? Should I turn you down a little bit or turn me up a little? I don't know.
Either or, I guess.
There we go. How does that sound? There we go. How does that sound?
Well, you definitely sound a little bit louder.
That's good. I feel like music is probably good. I feel like these would all be pretty good being a little bit lower than voices and having that be the loudest.
Yeah.
There we go.
That works.
We do have subtitles on, so that's good. I could probably turn my mouse sensitivity up a little.
Subtitles.
Ugh. I'm curious what voice languages there are. Just English. Okay, cool. Why is there arrows on it then?
Oh my goodness. Discord is so much louder. Hold on, let me grab my headphones so you don't have echo.
Sounds good. I would put this in a harder difficulty, but since I haven't played it yet, I feel like I probably shouldn't.
Probably not.
I'll just go with normal. Alright. We can look at the honors with a U. Alright. Alright, Bailey, so before we start...
Yes.
Do you think that this game will also have the bad 1600s British accent?
Yes.
I think this one will probably have better graphics because it was released 3 years after the other one.
I mean, that's a fair assumption.
I'm not necessarily gonna have like a bunch of faith for it to be like amazing graphics, but like I think it'll be a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
And when I was looking at the reviews yesterday, all of the other Sherlocks that I have go between 200 and 300 reviews, but this one had almost 2,000 reviews, so something tells me
Really?
this one's actually really good.
Hmm.
But that could just be because of the fact that this one's newer and people just were more drawn to a newer game rather than to try an old one.
That's fair.
But I got it part of a bundle, so I got them all. Alright. So let's, and did you want me to keep, streaming to Discord so you can see my puzzles real time, or do you want me to just put it on?
Oh, that is a good point as to why I'd have Discord.
Yes. Because I don't think that your stream would get too far behind, but there are some times that your stream gets like 5 minutes behind, so.
It's already so far behind.
Okay, then I will keep this here. Also, let me go over here and do one of these to make sure it whoops, not game. Also, if you could have a chat open, maybe, just so that I can...
I know. I have it. Oh. Wow, I can't say game either.
I just realized that I couldn't either. Why are you saying the forest? There.
Let me refresh my Twitch page real quick. Make sure everything is true. The title's still wrong.
Let me copy the title it's supposed to have, paste it right here.
By the way, are you planning on watching WandaVision tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. It is getting interesting.
It got very fucking interesting in just one episode.
I mean, I feel like it's been an exponential graph of getting interesting.
Oh, and trust me, it got more interesting.
Alright, so I think
like,
that...
holy fuck, it took a left turn. It's kind of interesting.
That does happen. Okay, so title and game are actually freaking set properly this time. Useful. Cool. Great.
Yeah.
How nice. I think that's all that we have to check before we actually get going.
True.
Alright. Alright, let's get going. New. Yes, I do want to start a new game. That's a very extravagant, what is it called? Fish tank. Thank goodness. Well, this is some interesting sounds that I wasn't expecting. Okay. Okay.
I definitely don't have game audio, just because I want it. I don't want, like, overlapping sound, I think.
Whatever works for you.
Yeehaw!
Oh, maybe there's not overlapping sound, but I still can't hear it.
Yeehaw? Well, besides this ugly child, it seems to be better graphics, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like better graphics to me, but that just might be the stream quality on Discord. So...
That does happen. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
I'm gonna grab my Mountain Dew real quick. You enjoy your cutscene.
What's this? No. Baba. Boop, boop.
That was a little bit of lag, but that's okay.
Ooh.
Well, that looks weird.
Oh, look! It's a book! Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle. And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Sherlock looks strange in this one.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the
understatement.
Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and
I mean,
very
he
much
looks.
faster than
I mean,
Inspector Baines,
graphics-wise,
too,
he
which
looks
pleases me.
nice, but he looks
Have
weird.
you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course, in the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
That was a lot of information, that's all I gotta say. Also, Bailey, your message of, are your chat things up, really threw my brain off when I was reading it originally.
Your
But
on-screen
yes.
chat box.
Yes. Well, my on-screen chat box, no, because I never did that on OBS. That was a thing on Slobs, but not on this one.
You can transfer over all of the stuff from Slobs.
I know, I just haven't. Also, so I see that there's a black line on the bottom for some reason right here, and I don't know why. Why is there a black line going all over the place here? That looks weird.
I don't know, but I'm gonna microwave me some bacon because I got bacon.
Cool. Let me... Oh, I cannot read. I need... Transform. Yes, I would like to make it to where you actually fit on the screen. That would be great. Or maybe not transform. Is that not the one I want? Might not be. Well, it's not that one, I can tell you that.
Yes, it's transform.
Oh no, it was shift. Because for some reason it's, just barely not, long enough to fit on the screen, so I just need to make it a little bit longer.
You can transform and do fit to screen.
Yeah, but the problem is that the box is, like, got a lot of black around it for some reason. So fit to screen would just put all the black in there too.
Weird.
Cause yeah, I don't know why my my box of the capture is rather large and in charge, but
That's weird. How long did I cut this?
alright. So my Sherlock and everyone else certainly do look much more graphicsed. Interesting. I definitely think Two things. I definitely want my thing for my hand because my mouse is too low right now. Oh. Move my other mouse pad out of the way. I do not need two mouse pads at the moment. There we go. Give me an extra inch. Ah, nice. Resituate all of myself. This mouse sensitivity is still really low, even though I turned it up.
Huh. Odd.
Look at the broken
They
showcase.
called it thick cut, but this is like the thinnest fucking bacon I've ever seen.
You know, that does happen.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
I am going to turn down these voices just a skosh because it is a little much in my ear holes.
That's fair. Also, is there like a setting for like mouse sensitivity that you could look into as well?
There sure is. Thanks for reminding me.
Even more.
Turn it all the way
Oh my
max.
God.
Turn it max. Save. Yeah, sure. Overwrite the existing game that just existed. Alright. Okay, I clicked E on accident. Okay, okay, well this mouse sensitivity is definitely better. It's not amazing, but like it's definitely better. But I don't think I need this.
As well, so.
I would say I don't think this is a shooter game, so I don't think I need to have the best mouse sensitivity.
You don't need speed.
Yes.
Speed is not key.
Sherlock would probably tell me that being slow and meticulous is much better anyway. Okay, I tried my sixth sense of spacebar, and it's currently not doing anything. Cool.
Huh.
Near the
vacant and
little window.
Yeah, chips and salsa.
I mean, you say the left window, but this was kind of to my right. I have to enter examination mode while I'm in the multi-zone. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what clues you think I'm looking at, but okay. What clues are you telling me to be looking at, exactly? I'm a little confused. Bailey, I'm already confused.
Well, so am I, so...
Because it said to go over next to the window where I could see both clues, and I assumed that was supposed to be, like, the fireplace and, you know, the one thing I've examined. But I have to switch cursor between items. Oh, I can scroll through, matches and a knife. At least that's still a thing.
This window was cut with a...
See how tiny...
Okay. I'm gonna go over next to the window, and oh, I can click on the window, and it just didn't show me that before, like a fucking dick.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Good to know, but I do see that there's a bit of a cut on this window.
A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried
A
to cut the
diamond.
glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
I cut through the window to escape. Why can't you just
What?
unlock the window?
Exactly, that's why I'm just like, wouldn't they have tried to get in through the window, but then was interrupted? I feel like it was an in through the window, not an out through the window. Go to the chimney. You'll see a hand icon with a magnifying glass. I'll take it. But I'm already investigating things. Do I really need it? Seems like that's something I would just already have, but okay.
God,
I
these blueberries are so sour.
Alright, so I can open my inventory by clicking the right mouse button while playing. You can always activate any of my items from my inventory by rolling the center wheel. Okay. Cool.
This window... See...
Cool. Okay. Congrats. I have the things that I knew I had. Now what? Near the piano, there's some music scores on the floor. Okay? I don't know why you're telling me to go. Why can't you just let me go around and look?
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Okay. There's a lot of notes.
Nothing of interest here.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm glad
These
there's nothing
sooty
of interest.
prints were left by a tiny
Music.
hand.
I
By a
don't
tiny
understand
hand?
why these
Where?
music scores are covered with soot.
What? I did not see a tiny hand on there, but okay.
Were we burglarized by a child?
Maybe. But also, just so we remember, my Sherlock here does turn like a boat.
Yeah.
I don't know why they really want me to fucking look at everything so much. To make a character move faster? Yeah, I already know that. Did you not just see me run around the room? The Sixth Sense. Yes, I was already going to check out this very fancy seahorse aquarium. Oh, my headphones are low on their battery. Let me plug them in.
How rude of them.
I know. When I turned them on, they said medium, and now all of a sudden it's low.
Well, of course. You're using them.
I know, but I didn't think that I used them that much beforehand. Where was the opening to this thing? Here it is. Open. Into the hole, you wench.
And hopefully it doesn't disconnect you.
Oop. I don't know what you said. Just a moment. My headphones decided to die before I could even plug them in. That's weird. Just a second. Ugh. Thine wench. Ugh. Just a moment. I have to open my other pair of headphones. Since those ones decided to die in less than a second. Untangle headphones, untangle. Now to go everywhere and tell them all to play through my headphones instead of my headphones. Since they decided to freaking die so quickly. Bailey, can I hear you? No. No, I can't. Okay, cool. I'm not sure why I can't. Let me click this, confirm that they're loud. Okay, okay. It should be playing through my ears now. Should be. Should. Doesn't mean it is, but it should. I need... What am I needing? I need the game to also play through the right thing. How annoying. You know? That's not the button I wanted. I'm not sure why. Here a sec, let me... Will that change anything? No, it won't. Cool. I love that. Let me make sure that these are actually off, even though they should be since they fucking died. Well, I turned them back on, but that's not what I wanted. There we go. Yes, I can. What? I mean, I've charged them at the same time as listening to them before. I did. Well, I think I heard all of that, but I'm not 100% sure. I know the stream didn't, because it's still trying to find, you know, it through my headphones that aren't on.
Can you stream to Discord again?
Oh, yeah, one moment. It's fine, we'll just cut this out and post.
But I was talking the entire time and it was funny.
But I couldn't hear it.
I know, that's why it was funny.
I know, but I don't think they could hear it either.
No, they should have been able to hear it because it was going through your computer.
I don't know. Alright, so I'm still looking at Watson.
When you plug in headphones to charge, they automatically turn off. They didn't die, they turned off.
But I've done that before. Like, my headphones started dying, so I plugged them in. I've done that before.
Weird. Might have never been able to do that.
I've done it before, so I wasn't expecting it to explode. But I knew that since it said low, it was just going to give me like 5 minutes before it was just yelling at me, we're low, we're low. So I was like, I either plug it in now or it dies in 5 minutes, so. Alright, so now let's expect this, inspect, not expect. Let's inspect this very obnoxiously grandiose fish tank.
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
Congrats. I mean, technically, just because there's a dead fish does not mean that they didn't just die. Just saying.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room. Strange. There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Wait, he sees shit next to that fucking chair?
No, he said that there isn't any prints.
Oh, okay.
But the
I
problem...
was putting away my chips and salsa, so...
I'd say the problem with his logic is that he's like expecting them to have already had all of these all the soots on their feet, when I'm pretty sure that they hid over here, waited, went over here, grabbed the thing, somehow set the fire, and then fucked up all over here, and then, I don't know, left somehow. Head first through the window or something.
Well, the window's not broken, so they obviously didn't go headfirst through the window.
I know, but they could have actually opened it, like a smart person.
What if they climbed up through the chimney?
You mean out? Or in? You just said up, and I was like, I don't think up is the
they left through the chimney.
They could have. That would explain why there's only footprints here, but I don't know. Well, let us inspect.
Footprints? You are not going to get on your knees to examine them?
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
Ah, the servants.
The footprints are the fucking...
I mean, he is saying that the servants put out the fire with their feeties, and that's why there's all these footprints here. But technically, how do we know that it doesn't belong to the guy?
Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Because he wanted a distraction.
I still think he went out through the chimney.
He could have.
It's a child.
I don't know.
I'll be right back. My sister said that.
There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Congrats. There are some objects that have been knocked over. Okay. So a door and the things on the table. I think that's everything else? Yeah.
These documents are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
The Marquis himself. Like I said, my face is not in the way of this, but it is in the way of whatever my... Because whenever I do my space here, there's a little face that flashes. Little Sherlock face that flashes. And it is, it randomly flashed when that, sound went.
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
If I knew it would be pointless to talk to you, I wouldn't have done it.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
One moment. Let me, get rid of the freaking black on there. Here we go. There we go. I just needed to get that little bit of black off of there. Readjust my screen to be better. There we go. Much better. Okay. So I've inspected everything. Oh no, there's still another window that I have to look at. What about this one?
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
You want me to look at that one?
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Cool. I'm glad that you tell me that all the windows have been locked, but yet you don't, like, show that I've already looked at all of the windows, since you told me all of the windows.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
Which is an option. I can't actually... Is there actually a bell up there? I don't see one. I wonder if that string goes somewhere. I don't know where the bell is. Okay. Alright, let me stand in the corner. Gander at some things. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that the corner... Little corner thing. I think that's the last thing, though? What is this?
The chest wasn't open.
A chest.
The necklace wasn't in it.
I was thinking it was a safe because of Skyrim, but I wasn't sure. Okay. I think I've looked at everything. Ah, there's still a thing on the floor. What are you?
A candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
A chandle.
Ah, Mr.
There we go.
Holmes. You're already here.
Here we go.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
I
The
do
only
not think so.
explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I'm pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
He'd
Dr.
love to.
Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small, small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America. The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained.
Oh.
The
What did I
monkey
miss?
emerged from
Just
the
a
hiding
second.
place and used the point of
Okay.
a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle. Finally, the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient
Didn't fish
attention
tank?
to the only victim of this affair.
You know, that was what I was
victim?
thinking.
No one is dead?
Yes, Watson. A poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
I could have just found them if you actually rendered them.
Yeah. You want to know what's funny? Is I hear the game audio and I hear the sound effects, but I don't hear them talking.
Marquis, here is your necklace.
That's weird.
Intact.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume that their voices are coming through the stream.
Well, thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the
Sure they are.
authenticity of your jewel?
I just don't think they're coming through Discord.
That's weird.
Many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
Do you have to solve any puzzles
There,
without me?
the necklace is in its box.
Nope.
We've
I
lost
just had to
enough
figure
time
out where
here.
all the
Let's go home, Watson.
things I had to click on.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A
Mm.
good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
Well, Karen got an air fryer, so we have an entirely air fried dinner tonight.
Fancy.
Mm. So we got French fries and fried pickles and
Fun.
panko chicken.
I don't like Holmes's eyes. They're too open.
Yeah.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave.
The music
It's
is so
outrageous.
ominous by itself.
If you insist.
It is. Alright. I am auto-saving. How fun. Look at all these shoes. Look at these little slippers.
Oh my goodness.
Nice. Interesting. Why do I have my knife equipped? There we go. I would like to go in here. I do think it's interesting that they have, like, the same room still as the other Sherlock game, with the same, bullet holes and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know why my little Sherlock face, makes a noise occasionally. I don't know what their point is about that.
No, either.
With my little investigative cap. Nice. Look at this house. It looks so similar to the old one. Oh, and outside actually looks extremely familiar to the other game. Except better looking. Interesting.
Better rendered.
I thought we were gonna be, like in a different era. But no. because their British accents were so much less obnoxious than the first one. I thought that it was gonna be more of
Maybe that's
a
why
modern.
it's so highly rated.
I was thinking that it would be a bit more modern because of its not horrible accents.
My God, that is such
Dramatic music.
dramatic music.
For me just walking around my apartment peacefully.
Oh,
But it's okay. It's dramatic, and I like it.
very dramatic.
Well, the main thing that I see a difference in for the other game to this one is that we don't have 17 mannequins with all of our clothing.
Well, that's good. 'Cause that was creepy.
I like how Holmes was, or Sherlock, I mean, was just like, let me read this newspaper. I see that you're reading it currently, but I'm just gonna take it. Alright.
True.
So, Globe Explorer. Hopefully I can read better this time. It seems like they chose a easier to read font. They still have the, space in between lines at -5, but, you know. Alright, so Sherlock Holmes at the home of the, Marquess? How do you say that?
Marquess.
Is it? I'm like,
Marquess.
I don't know fancy words.
They spelled it wrong, but yes.
Oh, did they? What about the Conningham? Is that spelled wrong?
I don't know, but Marquess is spelled with a U-I, not a U-E-S-S.
Hmm. Maybe they were trying...
And it's a gender-neutral term, so...
Maybe they didn't realize that, so they were trying to say, like, instead of the heir, it's the heiress type of thing. So it's the Marquess.
Dumbasses.
The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquess of Conningham to supply his collusions. Yes, collusions.
Well, we're starting off well.
Hey, there's an L in that word and I moved it. It's collusions now.
Forgot an N, so...
No, I just took the N out, moved the L. Following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless Samoan necklace, it should be recalled that the lady called in... I don't like that they put called twice so quickly. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed? Who says flummoxed?
Basically flabbergasted.
Why not say flabbergasted?
Because it's the 1800s, bro.
Well, it is the 1800s. The original was 1600s.
1895.
The original was 1600s. So, I guess we have aged 200 years. But same old, I guess, in this back alley. They have flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Indeed, the valuable piece of jewelry disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerted by the room's service bell, ringing out during the night. When the Marquis, there you go.
Yes, that is the correct one. That's the correct spelling.
The only person in possession of the key opened the door. Everyone rushed in to extinguish the fire that had started, before it was noticed that the necklace had mysteriously vanished, or that there was a mysterious fire that mysteriously started in the middle of this room. You know.
There was a mysterious monkey on the chandelier.
Mysteriously killing the fish in my goldfish tank.
Mysteriously.
Very mysteriously. Meanwhile, I'm just like, this ornate, extravagant as fuck fish tank was the first thing I was gonna look at. So if they would have just rendered the necklace in there, I would have seen it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, they gotta be all dramatic and be like, you can't see this.
I mean, as you'll have seen from my questioning face, I was like, yeah, I know that there was small hands on the piano scores, but like, how the heck did you deduce that there was a monkey in here exactly? Out of everything, how like, how would you think that that was what it was? Why a monkey? Because it technically could have still just been a child who went and hid behind the thingy, whatever the fuck they called it. They called it some weird name, so I don't remember what they called it. And then just waited for everything to cool down, and then, you know, they left.
It's like a dressing screen or something like that.
Something like that. I don't remember what word they used. But anyway, apparently it was a monkey.
It's a monkey.
It was a monkey. Yes. Alright, let's see, where was I? The most astonishing factor is that no thief was found within the room, and all the exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered.
The language.
You know? I will not waste my time on the various explanations as to the disappearance, because I would prefer...
Sure, you're good.
I'm just putting wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables. Because I would prefer to draw your attention, dear readers, to the last supervising developments in the case. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself, the Marquis noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Let it not be forgotten that the Samoa necklace, although plain and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Pearls which are found only in a small part of the lagoon of the archipelago of the same name. Of what name?
Minoan.
Oh, I see. I was like, I don't know a name that you're referring to.
Samoan, sorry. Samoan, not Minoan.
Minoan.
Minoan is an island as well.
That's funny. And to which scientists attribute their exceptional equality to the strong density of the crystal of aragonite that they are made of. The priceless necklace brought here at the beginning of the century by Lord Farquhar Arwick, the Marquis Grand...
You'll look up at that, I'm like, the fuck?
Let's see how many casual slips I can give in there to that you won't realize are not what it said.
Oh boy. One of these things is not like the other.
The Marquis' grandfather and the eminent explorer, should have been part of her daughter's dowry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle, of Whitecastle. So I am going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply and deliberately exchanged for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I am aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question, without any preconceptions, may certainly shock some of you. What really shocks me is
How long is this?
What really shocks me is your lack of periods, but excessive use of commas. In case you didn't notice the comma, chameleon.
Amelia.
But
now I have an earworm.
The facts are there, and our thoughts and judgments should not be confused with the regard with which we all share for the famous detective. It is not the first time the Globe Explorer has expressed its reservations as to Sherlock Holmes's methods. Do not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took malignant pleasure in tarnishing the image of our royal family, and who, by lucky chance, managed to elude capture by Mr. Holmes. I feel like I was degrading into a Wilfred Wolf sash.
I think you did. Good, bro. You good?
Yes. Alright.
Okay.
Okay. At the time, we did not hesitate to consider the tacit complicity on the part of the latter. For those who are familiar with Mr. Holmes, it is quite apparent that his character traits show more of the opportunist and brilliant usurper than that of the altruistic defender of the law. I would draw the attention of our readers to the suggestion that the description of this gentleman provided by his friend Dr. John Watson through his stories is a long way from the truth. Indeed, that his behavior is derisive, contemptuous, haughty, and offensive towards the police, and in particular towards Inspector Baines. I want to do this accent now, apparently.
Well then.
What is that guy?
I'm just flabbergasted by how much fucking language they're using right now.
Flabbergasted? Don't you mean, flummoxed?
Maybe.
Let's see, where was I? I went too far. Where did I go? There it is.
No.
Oh, but what was that guy's name? The guy who sounds like that?
I'm lost now.
I think I've lost the accent now, but someone will know. Someone will know. Anywho, replacing Inspector Lestrade, or as I wanted to say, Lestrade, who is currently convalescent. What the fuck? And his
That's not very nice.
These are some weird words they use, I just gotta say.
Very weird words.
Oh geez. They're trying to say that, getting rid of the giant parentheses, haughty and offensive towards the police, and a habitual abuser of narcotics such as heroin and cocaine. Pardon?
That is what Sherlock is known for.
What?
I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Since when? I didn't know that.
He's literally he abuses drugs quite frequently.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well then. I guess that part
That's why BBC's Sherlock is so accurate.
Oh. Well.
Because he's literally doing coke, like, all the time.
Well then. Anywho, this is why, dear readers, it is important to disregard Sherlock Holmes's good reputation in order to form an objective opinion, and to ask the pertinent questions. Was the necklace that Holmes found already a fake? If that is the case, why did he not mention it? And why should he insist on placing it back within the safe himself? I'm pretty sure that was because he showed it to the owner and he said, I stare at this for hours and I know it's the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Just a hunch. But I think that was the reason.
I think the Globe is a little biased.
I think the Globe Explorer might be a little too exploring a little far. He's they're reaching here for
Fake
a story.
News.
It's fake news, guys. It's fake news. Don't believe it. Has the detective some unsavory interest in this affair? Or is it a simple case of deceit in order to steal the extraordinary salmon necklace? It is up to you, dear readers, to form your own opinions, but you can count upon your humble servant to continue revealing to the public the doubtful methods and motivations of one who in the future I shall not hesitate to call Sherlock Holmes the Usurper. To be continued, O'Farley. No, it says J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is Jonah Jameson, yeah.
Yeah. The ancestry of Prince Woodville recognized. since it's in all caps.
Hmm.
The Lord's Committee. The Lord? God? Church?
No, the Lord, Lord is a title of a royal.
That is true. I was too busy thinking of God and, like, Billy Lord.
That's hilarious because you're agnostic.
Well, it's more of a non-theist, but, you know.
Oh, you're an atheist?
Mm-mm. Non-theist.
What? I don't know what that means.
It means I don't give a shit if there is one. He could exist, he could
Oh,
not
okay.
exist, it doesn't affect me.
That is fair.
Because while I'm alive, unless he fucking talks to me, it doesn't do anything for me.
Well, I talk to them on the regular basis, so.
I don't.
I do.
I don't. And until one of them manifests in front of me and I decide that it's not a hallucination.
That's fair. I constantly think I'm hallucinating, so.
I mean, you could be, technically.
Except the information I get is valid.
Well, but I was gonna say, technically, just because you're hallucinating doesn't mean it's not real. It could be, like, if your gods are actually a thing, then they could be giving you hallucinations.
True.
So,
Pretty sure Dionysus does that on the reg.
so I'm just saying, like, you could be having a hallucination, and it could, but also could not still be a thing, you know? Oh,
Pretty
back.
sure Dionysus does that on the reg.
That happens. Alright. So, the Lord's Committee, set up in order to verify Prince Woodville's legitimacy, made its conclusions public last night. Without surprise, the prince's title was confirmed. As rumors suggested, in return of the unfavorable opinion by the committee, the prince would have abandoned any claim to the inheritance of the present royal family, as well as any political activity.
Is this reading simulator?
That's what the first one was, so yeah. But also, just so anyone is wondering, I have found over the years that it's way easier for me to read for some reason when I speak in an accent. Just so you know.
That's fair. I write better when I act it out, so.
Well, that makes sense. Alright. This is the last page, finally. The young
Finally.
The young man, now aged 28, read history and law at Oxford, why do I care, with a diploma in philosophy. He spent most of his childhood in France, where he acquired a considerable knowledge in the culinary arts. For those who might think this is a handicap when integrating into British high society, let me remind you that he is also an outstanding on the polo field. And he plays the
Gordon Ramsay?
and he plays the bagpipes quite beautifully.
Gordon Ramsay?
Finally, we should add that lately he has become actively involved in the culinary work and aiding the poor.
Gordon Ramsay. I'm not fucking joking, bro.
I am, though, because I said culinary instead of charity.
I don't care. Still Gordon Ramsay.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring to. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard.
Is
Come
that
in,
a dog
Inspector
in
Baines,
game?
the door's open.
I don't think so, but it could have been.
Because it did not
Mr.
sound like your
Holmes.
dogs.
How did you know I was here?
You
I'm
are
not
one
sure.
of our
I couldn't really hear it.
visitors Who avoids the second to last step
It
of the
sounded like a
stairs,
tiny
which
dog
creaks
yapping.
dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of
I
the
don't know.
handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
Like, both of your dogs are, like, bellowing
Oh,
kind of dogs.
what should I talk about, slander or the necklace?
Probably the necklace.
Inspector,
keep things
I assume that you have the fake
chill.
necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake
God,
in the
that
box.
music is so
Can't
fucking
that wait?
foreboding.
I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Okay, I guess I have to talk about both. Okay.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes
Poor
returned it to
fingies.
its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive
you're
and
fine.
subjective
What is your
articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Happening?
Watson said that we should go back to, help put an end to the slander. And Holmes was just like, nah. This is one of the things that'll just deflate on its own. Like, one of, Mrs. Hernandez's, or whatever the fuck her name was, is, soufflés.
Oh. That's sad.
And I'm just like, wow, really putting this lady on blast for her bad soufflés.
Wait, are we talking about the lady that owns the house?
I don't know. I'm not sure whomst, I think that was just a random side character he was throwing under the bus. Alright, let's talk about the Marchianus. Or the March Ionus.
Well.
Yes. Or the Marchiness.
And the Marchioness.
She is beside herself.
Sounds like she's
Without
from
the necklace,
Mars.
her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young
To me,
woman's
it sounds
power.
like you're saying Mars anus.
What a lovely marriage.
Well then.
Oh, by the way, the Mars lander landed.
Yes, I saw. It did the thing that is in its name. It landed.
It landed.
Holmes, forgive me for
It survived
insisting,
entry.
but don't you
so...
want to examine the
Yay.
fake jewelry?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article.
What kind of
If you'll
breading
allow
you
me,
put on this?
Inspector?
So yummy.
Be my guest.
Very well.
I just gotta say, the fact that Sherlock is so, like, against Watson looking at the necklace makes me feel like he did it.
Right?
I'm just like, it's not gonna take you very long to go to this place. Just do it. Well, this one looks fucked up.
This pearl is a different color.
It sure is, and there's 3 of them up here.
These
That's
3
wrong.
pearls are of poor quality.
They sure are. What about this one? No? Okay. No?
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here.
Sure.
Too many defects. This necklace is a fake.
Yeah, that's
This
pretty
is nothing
obvious.
but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw
Fraud.
some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me,
bacon.
Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Thought a
You
toddler
mentioned
was
the
yelling at me.
bishop, didn't
I would...
you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address
Oh,
on our
take
map
that.
of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
So, what I have to say about this, since they're just like, do you have any thoughts, Holmes? And he's like, no, I don't. I don't give a shit. My thoughts are that somebody from the Marquis's house wanted to steal the necklace, and then when it failed, they just went and replaced it when it failed. I'm not sure who would have wanted to. Maybe it was the guy who said it was proper that stole it. I don't know. Whoops. I don't know why I tabbed out of that just then. For some reason, that was my thought process, though, is to tab out of the game. I really want to look at this book, though.
I was playing Honey Pop last night.
Who the heck is Toby?
I don't know. But I kept pressing the middle click button, which opens up, like, your menu and stuff. Like, I know it's the wrong button, but I kept pressing it, like, so much.
Good job.
I was like, how the fuck am I
was
fucking
used
that
to
up?
kill Black
Seriously.
Peter. A horrible murder.
Why'd you use a harpoon to kill a murderer?
And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients'
could.
letters.
Well, I can see that hasn't changed between the first two games.
Me?
No. Sherlock still puts all of his request letters stabbed on his mantle.
The work table. Where
I mean,
Holmes
if I was
analyzes
dramatic enough, I'd do it too.
If Bailey wanted to be
Holmes's
extra.
homemade analyzer.
If I wanted to be extra.
I don't know what the fucking ding is supposed to represent, but okay.
I thought that was your phone.
No, it's from the game because an icon lights up when it does it. I just don't know what the point is of the noise. I know that they said the person's name of Knightsbridge earlier, but I did not realize that was how they spelt it, so I don't know how they pronounced it anymore.
Fascinating.
I'ma call it the Dio Kisser. This is a fun hallway. I like it. Pardon?
Police? Already? How did you know?
Pardon?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
I don't believe you. I don't trust this.
What has happened, Reverend?
What? I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
That dude's creepy looking.
He is. He also just tried to run out of this place.
The Bishop,
appallingly
mutilated. How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal?
Oh, there we go. Got my
Look
back
at
to
him.
pop. That felt
He's barely
so
recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
Why is there
They
a
were
dead
evidently
body?
unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please
It's
try
gross.
to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes?
Oh yeah,
This
something
affair
stupid
promises
happened
to
in
be
my
a
family.
complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes.
Sick.
I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very
It's hard
clever
to tell
deduction
when you're
log.
paying
One thing
attention
we
to
can be
something
sure
because
of
I don't
at the
hear
moment
voices.
is that this crime
Yes,
was
there are
not
indeed
for
voices
gain.
at the moment.
The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Alright, so what were you saying?
So yeah, my stepdad has had a cold the past 2 weeks.
Fun.
So he called his doctor and, you know, being the hypochondriac he is, told his doctor that he had these symptoms that seemed so much like COVID. So his doctor sent him in to go do a rapid test. Guess what?
He doesn't have it?
No, he tested fucking positive.
Oh, so he wasn't a hypochondriac, he actually had it.
No, but it means that he doesn't wear his mask at work.
Or he doesn't properly wash himself when he goes to eat or come home.
No, he doesn't wear his mask at work. We've talked about that.
Well, then he's just stupid, then.
Is. You know, the funny part is, he has an office. A private office.
Well, then.
Into all the time, not wearing masks, and he's never wearing his mask in his office.
How dumb.
Yeah.
Alright. Investigation into the Bishop of Knightsbridge's murder. Wealth. The bishop did not own anything of value, not even in his safe. The bishop did not own anything of value, not even in his safe, since it decided to become so ginormous when I clicked on it. Alright, cool. Deduction. Knightsbridge. Nothing. Cool. Autosave. This guy looks really gross. 2 of his fingers are broken.
He looks like he
got, he either was cut a bunch of times on his chest or he was, like, whipped. But I think it's more cuts.
He looks like
a little
he
burned.
was just freshly dug up.
Well, he's definitely a little burned, which was probably from this thing. And he was probably actually, sliced from the coal picker here. And then, you know, his fingers were just, you know, broken via their hand, probably. There's also a finger on the floor. Finger on the floor. I can't notice the finger on the floor. Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Ew, gross. Can I not zoom in so far on these broken fingers?
Oh my god.
I'd rather not.
A piece of rope that was used
I can't
to tie
fucking
up
look at the
that
screen
poor
right
man.
now.
You know?
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
Those don't
So,
really look like
these
scratches,
wounds
but
were
okay.
not made by his murderers.
Okay.
Tell me when you go away from them.
Sounds
The
good.
fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
Oh, so it's not just that the fingers were broken, it's that they were crushed. Cool, cool, cool.
Even better.
Yeah, it's even better. Can I... Oh,
His
there's still one more
forearms have
thing.
been ripped. Pieces
Oh.
of skin have been torn off.
Yum.
What do you think, Watson?
I'd
His,
say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
Okay, interesting thought. Okay.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
Okay, okay. Anything else for me to look at here, since you haven't, automatically made me leave? Doesn't seem like it.
I'm uncomfortable with the situation today.
Oh, there's the close button. Cool.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you're still looking at it, but would you like some
I know,
tootsies?
but... Sure, tootsies
His
are fine.
feet have been burned.
They sure look burned, yeah.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9.
That's your first impression?
You. But what does it matter, Holmes?
What does that have to do with anything? I don't think you heard that, Bailey, because you can't hear the voices. I inspect the burned feet, and Sherlock's like, my first impression is that he has a size 9 shoe. I don't know why that's his first impression, but okay.
These burns are terrible.
They sure are terrible.
They
There sure
Finger.
is.
Apparently, it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
You know, I didn't think he was missing a finger, but I didn't even think of the possibility that it was somebody else's. I was thinking you just drew it wrong. Alright, let's look at this grotesque face.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Alright, well, going off of last time when you said a very fine and sharp blade, it was a fucking... what is it called? Scalpel. Yes. I kept wanting to say surgeon, and I'm like, that's the wrong S. Close, but not quite.
Right ballpark, wrong thing.
Yeah, basically. I still think that it was the coal picker, though, because it's right next to him.
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
I can also
His mouth is
see...
covered in blood, and I can make out
Ew.
strips of skin between his teeth.
Gross.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having
This is just
gnawed
upsetting.
at his own forearms.
What?
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
Well, actually, I guess that kind of makes sense. If he was, let me get out of here. So if he was strapped to this chair, and then whoever his asshole person was, lit him on fire, starting at the feet, I guess I could see him trying to gnaw his arms off. I don't know why he didn't go for the rope, but I could see him trying to gnaw his arms off.
I don't know.
Really think the rope would have been a faster method, and I'm also not 100% sure how he got his head to reach, but... let's see. Actually, that looks like that was everything to inspect right here. Okay, cool. Let me just have my fucking knife equipped at every fucking given moment. You want me to look at his legs still? Why? Is there something down here that I missed? No? Oh, I missed
This
the...
poor man was tied just below
I
the
missed
knee.
the rope.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
The look that confuses me slightly when I click on a rope and Sherlock says that it's to free his feet, and I don't exactly see how that would free your feet to be bound to the other foot. And I
don't know.
I'm also a little curious how his legs are so burned, but yet the rope did not burn. That must mean that the rope was put on after he was burned? I guess.
Something is missing.
Or it's just a lapse of
Oh, yes?
fucking
And what might
continuity.
that be?
That does
His
happen
shoes.
sometimes.
Watson, his shoes are missing.
His shoes sure are missing, but who gives a shit about his shoes? His size 9 shoes! Quick! Where are they?
There is blood on this paperweight.
Hmm.
This paperweight was used
It sure
to brush
was.
the
To my
victim's
phone.
fingers.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna switch to my phone so I can go lay down. I've had a migraine all day, a sinus migraine, so
Oh, fun. Did you take any
sitting
Medusin?
up kind of sucks. No, I thought caffeine and food would help, but now I think I'm gonna take some medicine.
Medicine might be helpful. Typically, I find with sinus stuff, unless I like just massaging it is enough to like help alleviate things. Typically, medicine is the only thing that helps.
Well, it's a sinus migraine, so it's in the back of my head.
Right. Well, I just meant massaging my nose, since that's where my sinuses are.
Yeah, it's just this is happening at like the base of my neck, and I've gone to like the ER for a migraine like this.
Oh yeah.
And they told me it was sinus migraine.
Oh, fun. Have fun.
Well, I'm still gonna be in voice chat
Well,
and
yeah,
watching your stream.
I figured.
I'm
A
just gonna do it
bottle of
from my
whiskey.
phone.
I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
I just need to find it. I honestly think it's like the lights that are really bothering me right now.
That happens. This is a very interesting picture, though. Just to look at this, like if I were to just take out my face there, I think that looks really weird.
A bottle of whiskey.
Take out your face?
I can make out fingerprints
Yes, I
stained
do.
Well, I
with
don't
blood
hear
and
things
dirt.
on Discord, so.
Well, I mean, you'd have to be looking, not hearing, just then.
Yeah.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander.
Grab
of
another
Woodville,
Mountain Dew.
of Her Majesty's
Maybe
Guards at
grab a
Waterloo.
bottle of water.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge
Might be
has
good.
the same name as his ancestor.
And find my
An
fucking asshole.
illustrious family.
Oh look, a puzzle, potentially. Yes, a puzzle.
Puzzle.
A puzzle!
Impossible to open it. Impossible to open it.
Okay, I must need something.
Reverend, I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone,
Still weird
it
that
will
I
be to a
can't
representative of the law and no one else.
So since you couldn't hear him talking for some reason just then, I went off of the safe thing, and Sherlock was like, "Hey, Reverend, can you give me the thing to open this, this safe?" And his response was, "No, go to the devil!"
Oh.
And I don't know why that was his, response, but... Well, this certainly seems bloody.
Response.
I think I found the sharp object that was used to slice Mr. Sir's, chest.
You know, every time you say Mr. Sir, I keep thinking about my ex.
You mean Kyle? Or Skittles?
Yeah,
on the
Kyle.
bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Every time you say Mr. Sir, I think of Kyle.
I can tell that this is, the 1800s, though, because I just found a murder weapon, and I fucking just picked it up. I just took it with me.
Because fingerprinting wasn't a thing. Which, fun fact, fingerprinting is valuable.
You know, fun fact.
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Sure is filled to overflowing.
Did you know that it's possible in Australia to get away with murder with a koala?
Why? Because they don't have, you can't identify the koala?
No, their fingerprints are identical to humans. They look exactly the same.
Oh, interesting. That's random.
So you could blame a koala.
That's really funny.
Or you
What
can
were
get
you putting on your
blamed
feet, Watson?
because your
Have you noticed
fingerprints
these
matched
prints
that
on
of a
the ground?
koala.
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
Oh my goodness.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide
Oh my
more
God.
vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how
makes
to
me
make
laugh,
them
Bailey.
talk, that is.
It's
Yeah.
child's play, Watson.
One
We will
moment.
begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we
Everybody's
came
got
in,
such dirty
and those of
footprints.
our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
I just think it's funny that we were just like, fingerprints are so useful, yada yada, just taking this murder weapon and taking it. And then he's just like, whoa, 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 there's some footprints here, back up everybody, we can't, this is a crime scene. Footprints!
Well, in the 1800s, footprints were actually more, you know, useful than
Size 9.
Aha! I found
nine.
the footprint of our dearly departed.
Size 9.
Another. How many size 9s are there?
Size 9.
Pardon?
Size 9.5.
Finally, something different.
Size 9.5.
Okay, so these 2 feet probably go together. These 3 apparently go together, even though that's a completely different foot.
Size 9.
Okay, we have 4 size 9s and 2 9.5s. What the fuck? What is that?
A fragment of stone.
It's a rock.
Peculiar.
It sure is a pebble. I don't think that's peculiar at all. I think you picked it up from the outside and brought it in.
Kind
This
of like how
print
he
came
stole
from
the
an
necklace.
expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe.
It sure isn't a laborer's shoe. I can tell you that much just
This
by looking
print
at it.
came from a hobnail
Yeah, that
boots
laborer's
like those
shoe.
worn by laborers.
The non-laborer's shoe. That's that's an upperclassman.
Hobnail,
Hobnail.
Probably a noble.
Hobnail.
well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here.
Question 1. How many criminals were there? Well, there's 4 different pairs of shoes. Right? Yeah. There's 4 different pairs of shoes. So
There's 3.
it's not necessarily that there's 4 I'm just saying that currently there's 4 pairs of shoes, and one of them is gonna be ours. Or like 2 or 3 of them is ours, because...
No, there's 3 pairs of shoes, bro.
No, because there's these 2 which are 9, this one's a 9, these 2 are 9.5, and then this one's 9, but it's a different type of shoe.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming these 2 go together, these 2 go together, and these 2 are just singles. But he said, let's observe these footprints and take out mine, yours, and the very concerned Reverend, which means there's probably only one actual criminal footprint here. Because I have to take out 3.
That's not right.
No? Okay, I guess I'll try 4 then.
That's not right.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see, question 2. What do the footprints reveal? It shows that there's 3 people going in and 3 people going out, but only this one's leaving. That one never left. One man left the room wearing different shoes. I mean, technically that's an option. That is technically an option.
All the men left the room jumping on.
I love that there's always the one random answer.
I know, but that random answer makes more sense because none of them are pairs.
You know, well, I mean, these 2 are pairs. I think this is a right and a left, because they're both 9s.
No,
it looks like a right and a left.
One is a right and the other's a left.
Yeah.
But,
I'm gonna say...
But all the others are lefts.
Are they? I didn't, let me get this out of the way. Well, right,
left,
right,
that's a left,
left,
that's a right, that's a right.
Right? I think this one's a left, because it goes to left, right, right, right. Yeah? I'm gonna go with the one man left wearing different shoes, because there's 3 on this side and 3 on that side.
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here.
You know what happened? The person wearing this strange shoe decided to steal the bishop's shoes because they looked fancy.
No, the murder victim's shoes. Or is that the bishop?
The bishop is the victim. Because he doesn't have his shoes on, and I was like, why do I give a shit? But I guess that's because this guy stole his shoe and took it.
I mean, they were the same size, so... opportunity.
Yeah. You know, I mean, seeing as apparently all of these men are basically the same foot size to begin with, apparently. So there's 3 then, because it's supposed to be 3 people going in only with 1 foot, and 3 people going out with only 1 foot. For some reason.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Not the best of logic, I think, but...
Therefore, we have 3 men who came
This game doesn't make good logic, okay?
Hey, the last one didn't make a whole lot of logic either, but I'm thinking this one might have better puzzles, a little bit more direction.
By the way, curious, can you hear yourself when you talk?
No.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because whether I needed to grab headphones or not.
A broken file.
There's a broken file.
What a strange smell. Chemical components, I think.
Chemical components, I think.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
Then why is there so much alcohol?
The brutes who tortured the bishop to death.
To light his ass on fire?
I mean, that was what my thought was, but their thought is just that the people who were dicks were just drunk. Which would make sense. What is this?
I could use the light.
It's for fastening the chilies.
It's for fastening the
what? It's a little
what?
dark in this cabinet.
It is a little dark in this cabinet.
A whip?
No.
There's
it is a
whip.
Discipline.
Yes, it's
self-flagellation.
Flagellation.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. Where the
1800s.
Yeah, where they're just like, I've committed a sin. Let me whip mine own back. Ah.
If anybody's seen Angels and Demons, that's what.
It's a cilice.
There's self-flagellation in that.
The person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance.
Okay,
so that's what his stomach.
Must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
That's what happened to his stomach then, because it was not fresh, those wounds.
Mm.
Alright.
Puzzle?
Jesus. The pre-scooper?
Achievement.
Or the pea-scooper, apparently. I don't
like the first one.
The pre-scooper?
Pre-scooper?
Well, because I was thinking it was because since I was clicking space to see where to go, that it was just like a you keep looking preemptively kind of thing. But I don't know.
Oh.
This room looks very pretty.
Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him.
That priest does not like you, Sherlock.
Meanwhile, Watson over here always is so not trying to advocate for me, though. He's just like, I know that you do this for a living, Holmes, but why don't we listen to him? What? Why would I listen to him, Watson? This is literally my job.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
There sure is a mattress. And a chair.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular.
Austere.
Wait, were those the bishop's shoes that the other guy put on?
Yes.
Because if the bishop's been living in this fucking cubicle, why would he have fancy shoes?
Exactly. That, especially since the guy was like, he doesn't have anything valuable, not even in his safe. And I'm like, well, those shoes seemed pretty fancy, and I don't know where else they would have got them from.
Wait, the shoes on the priest.
The Reverend?
Those do look fancy.
I mean, they look fancier than the other ones, but it doesn't seem like we're taking into consideration our own footprints. So...
No, I'm saying it's weird that he's wearing fancy shoes.
That's true. I mean, but they kind of look like they're just, like, leatherish to, like, match his black aesthetic.
I know, but the shine.
I know. It's very shiny.
It has really, really shiny textures.
I like how me looking back and forth at this guy's shoes, they're just like, hold shift to go faster! Now you can sidestep and look at the glare even faster! It's fine, game. I was just looking.
Closed.
I want to open it. It looks pretty in here. Doesn't it look so pretty?
It does.
Stop blinking at me, Sherlock. I would like to gander through this window. Alright, let me...
Maybe the blinks is Sherlock's, like, clues for you.
Well, because
like, he thinks you're stuck.
Well, there's a couple of times when I've, like, clicked space and it, like, I, like, panned my camera and it, like, made the noise, and I thought it was because there was, something I could click on, which I could, right as I panned into it. But it's done it sometimes when there wasn't anything for me to click on, so I don't know. Where is my deduction of Knightsbridge? There we go. Alright, lack. The bishop's shoes are missing. They sure are. Shoes. One of the murderers left the shoes. Yeah, they stole it! One of the murderers is a member of the... No. One of the murderers left... Yes? What? I want to... The murderers threw away his shoes! Fuck your shoes! One of the murderers sells shoes. The murderers are poor. The murderers came back for... No, they didn't come back for his shoes. They were drunk and they wanted his shoes. How am I supposed to know if they sell shoes? I just know that they wanted it.
I have no idea.
They're probably poor because the other shoes were all workmen's boots.
Yeah.
Alright, the veranda. The veranda wasn't searched. The murderers were looking just for the person. The murderers got the wrong person. Oh, sorry, Bishop. I meant to kill someone else. Sorry about that. The murderers were looking for something specific. No, because then they would have gone in there. I guess the bishop took the murderers by surprise?
I guess they weren't murderers?
Murderers? I don't really think any of these answers make sense, but okay. The murderers are poor. The bishop's murderers were hired by someone. The murderers searched for their shoes for some reason. The murderers wanted to steal from the bishop. I mean, I guess. That's an option. He just didn't have anything. Besides his shoes. Alright, anything else for me to look at in here? Just, the doorknob, apparently?
I cannot leave now.
Then why are you telling me to click it? You dumbass. Is there anything, behind here? No, but it did make a fucking ding noise again. Not sure what that was about.
Oh, did we? We didn't look through his actual bedroom.
I did.
We just walked in.
Or actually, I got that pin down here from the belt. I might be able to use the in here.
I am missing.
You say I'm missing information, but let me go over to not the thumb, this one.
Impossible to open.
Is this not for that? Okay, then what is this for? What is
Wait, it's the bishop. That's a chessboard.
Oh, this was rope. Oh, I'm supposed to be using the metal stick. I didn't realize I got rope.
I am missing.
So it's a chessboard.
Okay.
But it's not proper orientation, I don't think.
Well, it doesn't seem like I can use the pin. I was thinking that I could use the pin to, you know, poke in the hole, but it doesn't seem like it wants to work. Maybe I'll check the bedroom like you were saying. Oh, there's a window.
It is impossible to get out.
Okay, why do I care? Why did you
Is there
flash
anything on the desk?
There is, but nothing to look at.
Huh. Odd.
Indubitably. Yeah, so right now I've got my matches and my trusty pocket knife, and then I've gained a rope, a severed finger, a scalpel, a tiny pebble from someone's shoe, because that's so exciting, a broken flask, and a metal stick. This is all I have gotten. Let's see, and it doesn't... Oh, maybe I can use the metal stick on the door.
Use the metal stick on the... Yeah.
It doesn't care. Use the rope. Use the severed finger. Nope. Use the rock.
Closed.
Nope. Use the broken flask. Nope. Okay. Use the matches and burn the priest.
I guess.
I don't see anything else. It like made a noise because I think it's because it saw the hand on the door over there, but I can't do anything with the door, so I don't know what you want. Can I talk to the guy and force him?
No right. You have no.
I forgot. I don't know why, but when I click, it like makes me go forward.
Let us look at our...
Let us look at our detection board, Watson. Oh, there's a down arrow? Why is there a down arrow? I didn't realize there was a down arrow. Was that there before? Did I just not notice it?
It was there. I just didn't notice that. I didn't think there was something down there.
I didn't notice it was even there. Alright, so the murderers were unable to open the safe. Tortured. The victim was savagely tortured. Penitence. The bishop was mortifying himself. He was used to pain. I don't like that that second half was added, but...
Yeah.
The bishop resisted the torture, potentially. The bishop punished himself too severely. He burned his feet because he's weird. The bishop couldn't stand being tortured. I think he resisted it.
I think it's the first one, yeah.
The murderers were unable to open the safe. They came here to kill the bishop. They got what they wanted, or they didn't get what... I think
they didn't.
Oh, it's green now. Which means I must have done something wrong up here. I must have gotten something wrong here. Maybe they sell shoes. And they wanted his shoes. No? Okay. They wanted to steal. I don't know. Let's go down and do this first. Bishop. The bishop nodded himself. That sounds weird. The broken flask has some blood at its top. No, they didn't make him drink blood. What? I was thinking it was more of they tortured him with the broken glass. I didn't think that there was blood in the flask and they forced him to drink the blood.
It's the torture.
This is weird.
They're not vampires.
They're not vampires.
Apparently that's not wrong. That's
Um,
wrong. Maybe they forced him to drink the contents of the. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with that one for the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Because maybe I just haven't found the information to connect these yet, or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the shoes were missing, and the shoes were missing, which means that the shoes were missing. I don't think they threw the shoes away. I don't think that that's a thing that happened. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Let me let me go back to the poor one and just click these real quick. No? Okay. Murders wanted to steal from the bishop. Yeah, probably. I don't think the bishop took them by surprise, but I don't... Maybe they were looking for something? Let's pretend they were trying to go for whatever was in the safe.
Yeah.
They wanted to steal. The murderers are poor. Yes, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it is the one that they came back for the shoes.
Maybe. Maybe they, like, fucked him up for some reason, and then they were just like, God damn it, and they just started to leave, and they're like, wait, we can at least take his shoes!
Yeah?
Maybe? Where was the coming back one? Was that down here? No?
No, it's, top, it's the corner on the right.
The corner? Ah, yes. They were hired!
They searched for the bishop shoes? What the fuck?
I don't know. Would you like to look up the answer and give me some hints?
What's this game called again?
The Testament of Sherlock Holmes.
Walkthrough. There we go. Hi. Oh. We're in the Reverend room, right?
Yes. The bishop's room.
Did you look at the spiky S&M belt?
Yes, I looked at both belts. Was there something else on the belt?
Yep, you took the
I took the pin.
The pin from the belt, yeah.
Yes.
Did you see the paperweight?
I did. I've investigated, as far as I'm aware, I've investigated everything, because there's no more...
I'm just making sure that we're not missing anything.
Yeah.
You found the bottle.
Yes.
You found the broken bottle.
Yes.
You got the rope and the finger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You looked at the rest of his body.
I also found the scalpel.
Vial.
Yes.
You found the scalpel. You looked at the footprints. You tried to open the veranda. You looked in his room. Look at the footprints by the entrance of the door again, I guess?
It doesn't let me. It did make a noise again. Let me...
Apparently, once Watson and the cleric left...
No, they're still here.
Go to the veranda. I know, I'm saying, hold on. I just had to scroll down.
I don't...
Okay, so... The murderers were looking for something specific, and they were hired. They were poor, and they left wearing the bishop's shoes.
Here's like what? So what was it? They left wearing his shoes. I got that one.
They left wearing his shoes. They're poor.
They're poor.
They were hired by someone, and they were looking for something specific.
There we go.
That the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killer
I feel like I had that at one point, but apparently not.
Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
Seeing the text and watching his mouth move without sound is so fucking funny.
I mean, looking at his mouth move horribly in comparison to the sound I do hear, I try not to look at it.
Police station and return with Inspector
fair.
Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go.
And then you just go to the veranda.
Now I can continue my investigation.
I shall.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
Alright, Skyrim time.
This lock should be...
There we go. Oh god, this is a bit more complicated than Skyrim. It's a bit more like Unisonus.
There we are.
There you go.
It is simplicity itself.
It is simplicity itself, he says.
There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a
Ta-da.
reading or meditation
Ta-da.
room.
I mean, obviously there's not a whole lot here, but it still looks really nice.
This
It is a
inkwell
really nice
was
little
tipped
set
over
area, yeah.
recently.
Napkin?
Apparently someone
Oh.
wanted to hide this statue.
Ooh. There's a statue of a knight.
This horse resembles a large chess piece.
Ooh.
There is a message underneath this statue.
I told you, the safe looks
See.
like a chessboard.
I mean, I also thought as such, but I didn't think that it was since it was hanging on a wall. Alright, unknown message. What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others will be the right one. Oh god. Sounds like a lot for me to have
This
to fucking
message
think
was
about.
written by a woman. But
Okay,
for
back
whom
to
was it
Chrome.
intended? Interesting. This
I mean,
chess.
I know how to figure it out. That's just a lot to fucking do to figure it out.
An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug.
Why did I...
Yeah.
There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug.
Which means it's on the other side, where the ink would have actually
An
gone
ink
from.
stain. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. Someone has moved the rug recently.
Why is that image so
It's
fucking
almost,
tiny? Oh my
it's
God.
almost as if there's a giant green square under this
That
for some
is
reason.
Curious. There is something
Oh,
strange
it's a
on the
simple
floor.
answer, just fair
Certain
warning.
stones
Okay,
have been
then don't
marked
tell me
out,
yet.
Just like a chessboard.
It looked just like a
So,
chessboard.
just
That is
start in the
curious.
top left
There is
corner.
something strange on the floor.
You
Certain
start in the top
stones
left.
have been marked out, just like a chessboard. I need something.
Unless it just automatically starts in the top left for you.
Okay, so I have... Okay.
Yep.
So can I move him? Or
It's 25
Oh, cool.
moves, so...
then I will just kind of move around and do what a horse does.
Yep, you're doing it wrong, though.
Probably, but
I know
I'll figure
exactly
it out.
where it ends.
I wanna see if I can somehow make this work still. It just takes a second for it to move.
Yep.
It seems like it would end in the center there. Ah. Oh no, I guess not.
That's not right.
Ever so
Start again.
slightly though, I only had a few spots left.
Yeah, you only have 4 more.
Alright, so since, so what was the first spot? Just so that I make sure I start
The
it.
first spot is, second row, middle.
Oh, I see. Like right here? Then? Because that would be a row, yes.
Yeah.
And then am I supposed to continue right or left? Or down?
Next corner.
Oh, it's just in the corner?
Yeah.
And then am I just trying to get rid of the corners then, first off?
So, there's a little bit of a pattern going on so far that I see.
How, I mean,
So, go to the next one,
like right, right here?
next to the middle.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to this corner, I assume, and then making the,
Mm-hmm.
continuing the pattern?
Yep. Yep. Let me see how the pattern continues after this.
I assume I go into this middle one here?
Hold on, let me look. If my fucking Discord stream would not just load, that would be fucking great.
LOL.
It's just the loading dots. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh Discord real quick.
Okay. I'm out of soda.
There we go. Okay, yes, that one.
Okay. And then I assume, you know, here. I went down One too many on accident.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess you just keep like spiraling inward.
That makes sense.
Just keep going in a clockwise formation.
Just keep going like a clock.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was correct in it saying that it was gonna end in the middle.
Yes, it does end in the middle.
I could end in the middle now!
But don't do that.
I mean, technically I could have gone in the middle, then I could have gone there, and then ended here, technically. Just then.
True.
Which would have made it to where I had the wrong answer, but it still worked.
This last piece should be the
True.
good one. It will have to be pulled free.
Pulled free?
I need
How
something.
How so am I to pull this free?
You need something.
Scalpel!
Need something.
The thumb. I will use the thumb.
I need something.
The pebble.
I need...
Okay. Is it... Whoops. Is the thing I need not in my inventory already? Because... Okay, I don't see anything else in here. What's in here? Besides a dead man.
Can you grab the fire poker?
Oh, that would be an option? No?
This...
Just looking at the stove.
Yeah.
Can I flux with this?
I am missing...
Not yet. You need more pins.
Can I...
I don't know where you get those yet, so...
Where do I get to...
You're not...
How do I steal this piece?
I need...
What do you need, Sherlock? You need to give me more than that. Use a kniff. Okay, I used the kniff. Alright, 24th of April, my love. What a beautiful spring! And what a marvelous day for our dear youngest child's birthday! Every moment is so precious as our child blossoms, and without a doubt he will soon be talking. I am sure that his first words will be for you. He misses you so much, as do I. Are you sure you cannot get away on Sunday after Vespers? I thought that... 14th September, my darling, I know that you think I am insistent, but we absolutely must legitimize our union. We cannot live in sin all our lives. 3rd of March. Rest assured, my dear, that I understand your position is not easy, but have you thought about ours, the children in mine? I cannot allow our children's future to be compromised. Think about it, my love. What is so-called scandal next to the well-being of your family? We must become husband and wife legally to finally form a real fam.
Fam!
Fam!
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
I have you now, my pretty.
Anything else in this room?
What?
Anything else in this room?
Oh, I walked out and cutscene.
Never mind.
Ah, Watson.
Don't mind me casually coming out of the room that was locked.
I'm afraid not.
And you know the door's magically shut behind
Dr.
me.
Watson would not allow me to contact any
You know, it's
other than
fine.
this Baines. What manners? I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters? What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Oh.
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chamber.
Where did that go?
I knew, however, that His Excellency...
His hat just magically flew off his head.
You know, he tends to not have a hat sometimes.
Chest interests me greatly. Give me the elements you hold
Not to mention the manner he ran behind Watson was fucking funny.
Yeah. Corruption!
With the bishop, my lord, you are therefore the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Well,
the utter
yes,
panic
but only until someone
squat
else is
down. It was
I
funny.
am certain that the Honourable
Indeed.
Bishop of York, whom I have the privilege of knowing well enough for him to listen to what I
Oh,
have
good.
to
The
say,
Advil's
would
kicking in. My head's
recognise
feeling
your
a little bit better.
qualities for the post.
If
That's
I
good.
receive new responsibilities, it will be through my faith and devotion.
Hopefully
nothing
that
else.
heartburn stuff helps too, because dear God, I've had heartburn for like 3 fucking days.
Fun.
I am a gentleman, and it would distress me to be obliged to pass this correspondence across to your superiors.
Holmes, I know that the end justifies the means, but allow me to express some reservations about
Get
how
out of
you
here,
are
Peanuts,
proceeding.
You
parent.
say you're a gentleman, but I hear nothing but the words of a blackmailer.
I was
It stems
thinking
that
more
you are
of that
looking for
cloud
scattered about
dog.
this room. Managed by yourself. You have no right to search here.
The all wisdom dog meme.
The what?
The dog that sits on a cloud. The bow 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 bow.
Nope, no
And
idea.
a pug in a biplane shows up.
Nope, no idea.
What do you think,
I'm gonna go
Holmes?
find that and send you like a gif or something.
Okay. So I kind of wasn't listening to their conversation because you were too busy talking about Advil. Oh look, there's a thing right here. I found some pins apparently. Is there any other pins fucking hidden on this little thingamajig here? Any other pins hidden anywhere, sir? Or do I just need the 3?
I think you need like hold on. The fucking webpage is being stupid. There we go.
Oh look, there's more pins here. They only manifested once I've finished that that other puzzle apparently.
You need
I have
7.
I have 5. Oh, there's one hidden in the plant, Bailey. There's one in the plant.
This also has to do with the fucking night, I think.
I've got 3, 4, 5, 6.
You need 1 more.
Is it in his bedroom? The place that I looked oh so many times, but they only spawned now? Yes, it is. It's right there, fucking precariously sticking through the mattress.
You have won.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last
Okay, so you're
days?
gonna want to
Did
start
anyone
in the
come to
bottom
visit him?
left
Did he seem
corner.
worried,
One moment.
anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archive section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
Alright, now that I have 7, you said I start in the lower left corner?
Yep.
What exactly am I supposed to
And
be
that
doing?
you're doing the night thing again. Make your way up to the top as fast as you can.
But I only have 7. I can't go all the way around in the spiral again.
No, you don't do the spiral. Just go
Just...
go from that corner.
Oh, interesting. It took my thingy. Where am I going exactly?
No, you're placing them in. So it's telling you that you're wrong. This is what happens when you're wrong.
Oh, is it now? Well, you said I was supposed to be going up or something?
Yeah, in as few moves as possible, just get to the top from this pattern.
Using the same one, so it...
Yeah, it's all just lower. It's just L's.
But you said that if it takes away the first one, that means that I did it wrong?
Yeah.
Is this second one even right then?
Yes, the second one's right.
What's the third one, just so that I understand what the fuck's happening here?
Make like a backwards L.
Oh, backwards, so it'd be going in a diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
And then am I going...
Okay, so you got the first line. Nope, you got the first line right.
I was thinking it'd be like a diagonal down again, but I guess not.
No,
like
it's another diagonal up. It's very confusing.
Is there some sort of shape?
It doesn't connect to this one.
It doesn't?
It doesn't connect to this one. No.
And how, pray tell, am I supposed to have understood this beforehand?
I don't know.
Does the other
okay, so
does the other three make
I guess it sort of does. It's very confusing though. So
do the other three make a line of some sort, like a shape?
They make a diagonal line just like these ones do. So basically, if you take the top row and put it onto the bottom, and continue that pattern from that place.
Oop, not that one. Maybe this one? Oh, okay.
Now I can open the chest.
There you go.
I wasn't 100% sure how they were going to take that.
I had to look at the fucking pattern. I had to look at the fucking pattern.
It's very L's.
Mm-hmm.
Safe cracker.
I am
fucking
eager
chest.
to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary.
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the? But why?
But why are you looking at the ceiling?
Why?
Why'd you look at the ceiling? You're like, but Holmes, why?
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations
Oh
are
my
founded,
god,
Holmes.
that Mountain Dew just
I don't much like skirting
fucking
around the edges
exploded.
of the law
I was gonna say something far more
Let's
disturbing,
leave
but
without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit
but now my
such
hand is
terrible
completely
acts?
covered in Mountain
The
Dew.
Reverend was telling the truth.
Oh.
Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly
Because
worth
my Mountain Dew decided
So,
to be very
we
fuzzy.
haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
What was in there? I want to know. Just some books and some religious items? That's kind of boring. What's the one that's open? I want to know.
I don't know. Let me see. Well, you should see if your thing,
Yeah,
your
it's having me leave.
deduction book.
I could do that.
See if your deduction book has anything new.
I mean, I think that it's probably done.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing else for this one, I guess. Maybe they didn't torture him. No, I think they tortured him.
Maybe we just haven't figured out all the information for that board yet.
Maybe. Alright, back to Baker Street. Back to Breakfast Street.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
We have crossed London at a breakneck speed. We could have knocked someone over, and naturally I had to pay the cabbie out of my own pocket.
Watson, stop complaining. We have to analyze the clues found at the bishop's house.
Okay.
I guess we gotta talk about the rock.
The rock! How could I have forgotten the pebble?
No, it is unnecessary.
Yes, I would like to look at this,
This
rock.
fragment of stone is very smooth, and it seems to be of a peculiar quality. I shall have to strip it with one of my products.
With one of your acid products, you mean? Alright, now what?
I can see something.
You sure
Probably
can?
I can
rinse.
see something.
Scrapey.
This
Rinse
stone
with water?
is granite,
Oh,
covered in
gosh.
black paint.
Why? Granite covered in black paint? Okay. Alright, what about this thumb? Ew, why is there teeth
Water.
marks? There's teeth marks. And very dirty under the thumbnail.
Very bruised thumb.
I don't feel like you would have been able to tear a thumb off with your teeth if that was the only amount of the thumb you had in your mouth. You would have to have this whole thing in your mouth in order to rip it off. I just gotta say.
With your assumption. Why don't you put water on it?
That's probably a good idea. I was busy itching my nose though.
No, I can't do that.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Let's brush it.
No, I can't.
No. Let's, what is this? Nothing. Scalpel? Pincers. I want to pinch it.
Tooth marks. Rather deep ones.
What does the scalpel have to do
of
with that?
incisors and a canine.
I don't know.
I don't see how this helps that at all exactly, but okay. Acid!
No, I can't do.
Why not? Scissors? No? Water!
No, I
No?
can't.
Why not? Let go. I want whatever this tool is. I don't know what it is. But I'm not allowed to have it. Alright.
I haven't finished my analysis.
Oh, you haven't finished your analysis.
I haven't finished my analysis.
Well, what do you want from me? I already used all the things. I already scalped it.
Fragments of
Oh, I
skin.
see.
A phalanx. This finger wasn't cut off. It was ripped off.
Well, obviously.
Fragments of black and
Oh,
damp
okay.
earth under the nail. Interesting.
Okay, I don't know why I'm using my fucking scalpel for all of this, but okay.
No, I can't.
Water?
Tooth marks. Fragments of
Water?
No,
I guess at this point, maybe. Since it wasn't letting me before, I was just making sure my scalpel was done.
No, I can't.
No.
No, I can't. No,
No.
I can't. No,
No. Not allowed. Brush. 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 No. Pinch it.
Tooth. Fragments of
Okay,
skin.
apparently I could use this as well. Could I just...
Fragments
Okay, I
of
could have
skin.
clicked on it and it would have just told me about that. Even if I didn't have anything in my hand, I guess.
Tooth mark.
Okay, okay.
I can see something.
You can see
I
something.
can see something.
Oh, can you? Should I use water on that? No? Should I use acid on that? Specifically? No. What?
Brush on that?
Brush on specifically
No,
just
I
that?
can't. No, I can't.
No?
I have no idea.
What do you want me to do with this thumb?
No.
Pincers. Oh.
Bite marks on this severed finger.
Okay.
I am afraid of the significance.
The thieves didn't get what they wanted. When they were faced with the bishop's refusal to cooperate, one of the gang shook his finger at him to indicate that he was responsible for his unfortunate state.
And the poor man, whose head was the only part of him not bound by ropes, bit the finger violently enough to sever it. An uncommonly savage act.
Oh, so the thumb
Watson,
wasn't
I am
his.
certain that
Yes,
we have explained the
that was
reasons
something I had
behind
discovered
this
earlier.
sudden bestiality. We will have revealed a larger part of the mystery.
Alright, so now that I've looked at that, let's look
No, I
at
can't
this.
do that.
I can't look at it, but yet you're gonna put it here? Okay,
There
fine.
is something written on this scalpel.
WH.
Seen it.
Water. Water.
No,
Brush.
Brush.
I can make out WCCH. What do the initials stand for?
How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson?
If we count public dispensaries, enough to keep us busy for an entire month. Did this scalpel come from a hospital?
I feel like it'd be like a
Yes,
central
and the initials
hospital or
WCCH
something, a
is
Whitechapel
engraved upon it
chapel.
show us. We
White
must
cap-
think on how
chapel.
best to deal with this. We do
Central.
not have the time to investigate every hospital in Whitechapel.
Okay.
Whitechapel Catholic?
Is there a Catholic hospital? I don't know. I was thinking central, but I guess we are pretty religious still in these times, so maybe. Though at the same time, aren't the very religious people more prone to just pray for the sickness to go away?
I have cut a small piece.
You realize
of the
the three
rope.
hospitals
That should
around
be
where you
enough.
live, they're all religious, right?
Are they? Well, but we're also not
Yep.
in the 1800s, so regardless.
This rope is only worn on one side.
That would
I
happen.
need something.
You need something.
Brush?
Maybe I'll use the brush.
Tweezer.
No, I can't.
I didn't think so.
Tweezers.
I still want whatever this last object is that they refuse to let me use. I really want to use the acid and just fucking melt it.
A lot of fragments of black stone are wedged into this rope. Their color seems unnatural, but they are too small for me to examine them.
How fascinating.
These small stones resemble the pieces found in the footprints at the bishop's house. Granite, painted black. Black and damp earth.
Okay. So, wherever this rope was beforehand was also black and damp and muddy, and wherever that person's finger was also bloody, damp, and muddy. And such.
Click on the fragments with the tweezers.
I suppose I should do that, shouldn't I?
I must compare the samples of earth
Yeah.
that I found.
I was busy making connections.
I must compare. And if I mixed this earth with another substance...
I want acid!
I can't.
Aw.
No.
Water it is.
How boring.
I can see something.
You can say something. Can I use the brush
No,
now?
I can't do that.
Aw.
No, I
I
can't.
want to use the brush. Can you use the scalpel? Oh, I can.
The samples of earth taken from beneath the fingernail and from the ropes originate from the same place.
How do you know?
It took just a little water to analyze the consistency. The soil has retained its moisture, even though there hasn't been rain in London for over a week.
This soil could come from the bank of a river, or somewhere where the evaporation is slower.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice there was another piece of chicken behind this pole.
A trench.
The banks of the Thames are clay soil, unlike our samples, so we can rule that out. The nearest mines are 12 miles away, so I would rule that out also. I would therefore conclude your last theory to be nearer the mark.
A trench?
A pit. Watson, bring me your register of the London hospitals.
Studying the scalpel has given you an idea, then?
Indeed.
I'll get it.
So I was waiting for them to stop talking, but I think it's funny how he's just like, alright, we got this one, and we got this one. If we add some water to it, they kind of look a little similar. And if I mix them together, oh man, you can't even tell the difference now. I love his logic behind that. I don't have a hand.
It's
Where
what
am I
you
going?
call a homogeneous mixture.
He's a hagobulous mixture, yep. Oh cool, I can pet the cat while I read 17 pages of the daily report. The Marquis's fake necklace. At the moment of writing
Talking
these...
about the damn necklace?
Yes, yes. We may have moved on, but the daily report did not. The moment of writing these lines, the famous salmon necklace belonging to the Marquis of Cunningham has still not been recovered. Our editorial staff remain reserved as to the role of the famous detective Sherlock Holmes as played in the affair. For this is not the first time that Mr. Holmes has comprised himself during the course of one of his so-called investigations. When recalling the second Stain case, the affair is indeed strangely similar to the Marquis of Cunningham's necklace misfortune. Indeed, Mr. Treadlewanley, Hope, Secretary of State for European Affairs, had a document of extreme value in its safe box, which had been stolen but a few days earlier. Who, if not Sherlock Holmes, could have replaced the document in Mr. Hope's safe? What is the point of the trick? It was evident that Sherlock Holmes knew the identity of the person blackmailing the gentleman's wife, Lady Hilda Dillonway Hope. Guilty of
But that's Trelawney, come on! That's a fun word.
I'm having fun with
Come on,
Dillonway.
Harry Potter.
Guilty of a love affair with another man. The sinister blackmailer, a certain Lucas, had a letter that revealed Lady Trelawney's Hope's double life. He wanted the Secretary of State's wife to give him the precious document belonging to her husband in exchange for the love letter. She obeyed him. But then Lucas was found murdered, and Dr. Holmes managed to find the compromising letter without any difficulty on the crime scene, after it had been meticulously searched by the police. Does that not strike you as strange? Mr. Holmes knew where the hiding place was without any doubt. As to the motive for the murder, No need to find who might profit most from the crime, eradicate the cumbersome accomplice, thus appear the hero in the eyes of the authorities. Evidently, the transcription of the affair undertaken by Mr. Holmes's friend, Dr. Watson, gives another explanation entirely, but is he truly objective? We may allow ourselves a little doubt on that score. Oh, Farley.
Read the paper.
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. No, remember that was the other newspaper. This is the Daily Report. Alright, I only have one hand at the moment because the cat is currently laying on the other one, so... I will proceed to walk around this chair and look inside of Sherlock's abode. Is there any...
Bedroom.
It's his abode. How dare you not make your bed?
Coat rack was scary.
He did not make his bed. How dare.
This bust was used to fool Colonel Moran during the case of the empty house.
Okay, cool. Congrats.
We didn't play that one.
I sure didn't. And I also don't know if that existed as one of theirs. Oh yeah, I forgot that if I just keep clicking, I walk forward.
Have you...
Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click.
Here is where I write my stories about Holmes's cases. And I've got work to do.
And I've got work to do. Ooh, the Holmes liaison? What does that say?
I don't know, it's too tiny on my phone.
It's too tiny for me, and it's on a television. Alright, anything else in here before I click my way out? Can you hear me clicking to leave?
I can.
Click, 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 click. Alright, so there's nothing over there. Am I just gonna go talk to him, maybe? Maybe. I don't know, let's see.
Oh my god.
The work table.
I already know the work table.
Have you found your book?
Have I found my book? Oh, I'm looking for a book. Where is it? Is it over there? Is it that book I see there? Right there?
Oh my god.
No, it's not that book. Okay, cool. Wait, can I?
The
Oh,
book
I can click and hold.
Probably
Look at
not.
that. I can click and hold. They never told me that.
Well, damn.
I mean, it's not super useful because I can't tell where you want me to go. I don't know where my book is, but... Is this my book? The one by Toby? No? Is it over there? Whoop, that is the wrong button. Well, it made a noise. I can tell you that much. I'm playing as
something wasn't.
I'm playing as Watson, but yet I still have the stone, the scalpel, and the dirt, and the rope. And the broken glass. I don't have the thumb,
It's a
though.
shared inventory.
Just so we know, I don't have the thumb, though. He chose to kept that. Yes, proper English.
The thumb.
Proper English.
Proper.
Proper
Very
English. He's a proper noun, yes. Oh wait, I saw something. Aha!
Practitioner. That won't be
Oh.
of use to me.
Well, fuck you then.
Hospitals
But
and
you're in the
There
right
we go.
location.
in London.
Nice.
I have found my book, Holmes.
I have found my book,
Put it
Holmes.
on the work table, will you?
Very convenient that I can play this game with one hand. Seeing as all of the
Yeah.
controls were using the keyboard.
Huh.
They didn't tell me I could even use the mouse, which I knew I could, but they didn't tell me I could. Which,
Fascinating.
so I'm glad that I can use my mouse for literally
I
everything.
have found my book, Holmes.
Good. Put it on the work table, will you?
God damn you! You're so much stuff that you make me do. By work table, do you mean my table? Cause I assume this is my table at least. No? Do you mean the dining table? Which table are you?
I think he means the table he's sitting at.
Sir? Oh, I double-clicked. I'm running.
I have found my...
Good. Put it on.
I have
Which
good.
table are you
I
referring
have
to,
good.
sir?
Maybe, put it in your inventory slot, bro?
Maybe. Maybe.
Here is
There
the
you
section
go.
showing Whitechapel.
You know,
I made
my
several
brain
observations
wasn't
on
thinking
this
about it
during
for
our
some reason.
investigation into the Ripper, which might might prove
You know,
useful.
my brain isn't
All we
thinking
need
about
to
much
do is
right
to
now.
find a hospital or a public dispensary.
I'm too
near a
busy
location where
still
pits have been
revealing
dug
or reveling
and
in
black
the
granite has
mouse
been
controls.
It's simplicity itself. I haven't finished
It's
my
just
analysis.
simplicity itself.
It's simplicity itself, but I have not completed my analysis, so go the fuck away. Oh gosh. Why do they have to use like this weird marker over everything? Looks weird. The
I don't
rope is
know.
only worn on one side. The rope was manufactured with a worn side. The rope was always used from the same side. The rope was used near water and it rotted. I'm gonna say it used on the same side. The damp earth brought in by the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers is soiled from a pit, a well, or a riverbank. I mean,
I think I heard him say pit.
yeah, they did say pit. Oh, does that mean that you can hear them? No?
No, I can see the subtitle.
Oh, you just said heard, so.
Yeah, I still don't hear them. I just hear the ominous fucking music.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. Nice and atmospheric for you. Let's see. So, the rope is not for tying up boats. The rope was probably not used in a well. The rope was used to lower something into a pit, which is probably what they already deduced. A fragment of granite painted black is from a building that was granite that was painted black. The fragment comes from a monument painted black, from a painted rock, from a granite wall painted black. Well, that uses all of the words that make sense, so I guess. Soil from a pit and the wall being black. The earth and the fragment of the granite came from the same building. The earth and the stone are from a pit near a monument. The earth and the fragment of a granite come from a cave. I mean, I guess that's that is an option.
One of these things is not like the other.
I'd say one of those is an option, but they said that the nearest mine is many miles away, so it's probably not that one. I'm gonna go with the pit clue here. From the pit and the pit. The earth, the rope, and the fragment of granite came from a grave. I mean, I guess that's an option. The earth, the rope, and the fragment of granite came from a building undergoing repairs. The earth, the rope, and the fragment of granite came from a tombstone factory. That's oddly specific. Well, if you're so
I'm kind of leaning for the grave.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're so concerned about it being a tombstone, I'm gonna just go with the grave, the one that comes with dirt.
Which means you need to go back and fix one. The
Sec.
wall one.
Sec? The Whitechapel Clinic and the grave would mean that the chapel is near a tombstone factory, is near a grave. So if it was not from a
Seems
wall,
the black one,
it would be
yeah.
a monument?
From a monument painted black.
Now I can
There
make
we
the right
go.
decision.
Well, I was basically correct every time, I just didn't know what they meant by monument. It sounded too big.
Grand?
Grandiose, yes. Alright, so dispensary near a memorial, well, dispensary near a Whitechapel cemetery, a tombstone factory, a repair site, granite quarry, and warehouse. So probably the cemetery.
Well, the cemetery.
Because it's not a memorial, a tombstone factory, or anything
Dispensary
else.
number 4661. It's just opposite the Whitechapel Street Cemetery.
Yes, Watson. The murderer with the missing finger must work in the cemetery, or at least visit it. He could have taken a rope, one of the type they use to lower the coffins into the graves. The granite is minute particles of tombstone.
And he only had to cross the road to steal a scalpel from the dispensary opposite.
Well then. I feel like that's technically a lot of assumptions, but what else are they gonna do?
That's all of what Sherlock Holmes is.
Am I going to deduce the tombstone? No.
No.
What do you want me to look
I can
at here
analyze
exactly?
the chemical
okay.
composition of a substance here.
Okay. Why'd you say something different when I used that?
No.
No, not the dirt. It wants me to look at the glass, apparently. Oh, because it smells like a chemical. That makes sense. Okay, I didn't read what that said just...
They're asking for kisses and hugs. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, so this said something just then, but I didn't read what it said. To analyze the evidence, add a liquid from the test tube to activate the agents, blah-bitty blah-bitty. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay.
I haven't finished my analysis.
You sure haven't finished your analysis. I wasn't trying to tell you to do anything with that. It does not seem to be changing. Can I... there we go. I had to do a thing. Oh my goodness. What is happening? I have a text message. One moment. Taco Bell? I'll take some Taco Bell. If I could get my phone to unlock like the piece of shit that it is. No, I'm not telling you to go to the fucking camera, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. I like that my camera is much more in focus now. I added a sharpen. It seems very useful. Come on. One of these days my thing will go. I'd like to look at... Okay. I would like to respond to Curtis, but my phone is slow as shit. Oh, that's right. I was like, what is that notification telling me about? Phone is finally getting there. There we go. Alright, so now back to what I was doing over here. Alright, so I don't know what any of these numbers will mean. Because what is this even... Like, how do we know what it do? I don't know. I'm going to give a diagonal. I don't know what you want from me. To analyze the evidence, add a liquid from the test tube. Use all active agents to work out all of its characteristics. I don't... What are its... What... Degradation of skin tissue, aggressiveness, fatality, muscular, stimulant. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this exactly. I'm just gonna put a couple things in. Does that do anything for you? I need a Bailey to assist me because I don't know what's happening. I don't want to skip the puzzle, you dick schnoz. I just want a hint. I'm going to respond to Curtis again and wait for Bailey to come back. There we go. I have finished messaging Curtis, which means that I have to try and figure this out on my own. But I don't know what it wants me to do exactly, because this is just a clear... Well, I mean, technically, the vial we found was broken and just smelled like something. They didn't tell me what it smelled like, nor did it have any color. So all of these colored tubes mean absolutely dip-diddly to me. And I don't want to skip the puzzle. I would like a hint. Ooh. Maybe I should message Bailey. But it's okay because nobody's in chat, so it's not like anyone sees me doing nothing. Just saying, nobody's here. You're not here. And if you are here, why didn't you let me know you were here? Huh? Huh? You're not here. You don't exist. I don't know what the heck it wants.
Who doesn't exist?
My viewers. They're not watching me do nothing. Because I don't know what the fuck it wants me to do.
Okay, hold on.
So I'm doing this test tube thing. No idea what it wants from me. So if I could get a hint of some sort.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Because I don't.
I haven't finished.
Whoopsie!
My
I keep
let's see
right
here.
clicking to leave on accident. Oh, I actually clicked. There was a little dial here apparently that does a thing. I don't know what that did, but okay.
I don't see any pattern in this like answer. So
okay, so there's 2 green, a blue, and a thing. So 2 green, a blue, and a thing. Oh, okay, that was correct. Okay, I just apparently there's this tiny little thing here, and I didn't notice I could click it.
Ah.
All right, so there's 3 of those and 2 of that. All right, and 2 of this. Okay, cool. All right. 2 and 3 of those, okay? There we go. I think I tried doing the little nozzle, by the way, while you were gone, but I think I tried that on the white tube, and I don't think that that was an option for that one, so I didn't realize. 2 green and a blue?
I think so.
Yes. And then this one is 3 green and 3 Coca-Cola. Whoopsie, not 4. There we go.
Poison, and apparently.
Oh, okay.
Very
Poison?
virulent.
Poison! The results of the analysis of the poison administered to the Bishop of the Knightsbridge. A substance that provokes crinkling in the ears and a substance that provokes a heightened aggression close to madness, death by cardiac arrest. Well, I guess that makes sense why he would gnaw at his arms.
And why he ripped a guy's thumb off.
Yes, that would make sense.
Poison. Discreet, efficient, and only detectable via a thorough post-mortem.
Have you been able to isolate the active components, Holmes?
Not with any certainty. This toxic substance surpasses my own knowledge in the field. It is without doubt the work of an expert chemist.
I mean, if I knew what the fuck your chemicals were that you were quantifying, maybe I could
As
figure
you
it
say,
out.
please find my monograph on poisoners of the last 30 years.
I'm a chemist.
I have to fucking go find a book about poison for the past 30 years. What the heck? Okay. Also, the cat's not laying on me anymore, so I have both hands.
Female anatomy.
Woo. I went to go put my blueberries away, so I missed like what you were saying for a second.
Ah. I was just complaining that I had to go get a book. Source, Scotland Yard. Hans Scheilman, aka Rat Killer. Nationality, German, I could tell. Date and place of birth, 1839 in Stuttgart. Arrested 5/5/1888 in London. Where was he imprisoned? London. Sentence life. You know, that does happen. Found guilty for the following charges: poisoning, attempting poisoning, theft, and receiving chemical substances, murder and attempted murder, kidnapping with aggravated circumstances, cruelty to animals, hit and run, illegal use of chemicals, manipulation of the weak, drunk in charge. Well, that sounds like our guy. History.
But he's in prison for life.
That doesn't mean he broke out somehow. Or something. History and description of the individual. Despite numerous mental problems and neurosis, Hans Scheilman is an exceptional chemist and an equally, I almost said unremarkable, mathematician. At the age of 21, his unstable and violent character resulted in this expulsion from the University of Vienna, Sausage, where he had excelled in his chosen subjects after being expelled. He was not heard of again for 4 years. Yeah, my Vienna sausage get you there.
Yeah, it did.
He was captured and arrested in June 1864, which I think is kind of close to an hour. That was 34 years ago, just so we know. During the case of North Degree X2552A, the Stuttgart poisoning, in which he was the principal suspect. I would assume it has his name in it. He escaped before being sentenced and vanished again. Oh, he vanished, Bailey. And a number of elements suggested that he had found refuge in London. An investigation undertaken by Scotland Yard found him living under a stolen identity of one Leonardo Etizia. However, the officers who came to arrest him were poisoned. Oh, fun. And he escaped once again.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Somebody's incompetent at their fucking job.
You know, they're just like, this man knows poison. Oh, hi, yeah, we're here to take you in.
Drink tea that he offers us.
You know, I was just like, cheers to catching him. Glug, glug. Wait a second.
Like those TikToks where you see like the assassin on his first day of work.
Yeah.
He's stirring in the poison with his finger and then he licks his finger.
Yeah. I would say it's like I'm just like picturing like the Scotland Yard going over and knocking on the door, and then like the Hans just comes over with like an old lady wig and some glasses on, and he's just like, yes. And they're like, we're looking for this guy. And she's like, oh well, he'll be back anytime soon. Would you like to come in for some tea?
Yup, they're kind of stupid.
So our informers picked up the trail again in 1880, 18 years ago, at an I almost said an accident factory. That would have been kind of funny. An ancient factory, converted into
What's an ancient factory?
Apparently a very old factory, or a factory that manufactures ancient things. Into a clandestine chemical laboratory. Clandestine. Iridescent.
It means secretive.
Into a secret chemical laboratory. Scheilman. I'm curious if Scheilman is something in German and it's like a fun play on words or something, you know? Like it means poison or something.
This is what I'm here.
Bailey, to the rescue! Alright, so Scheilman was absent during the search from... Oh, he was just absent from the search, period. From the documents found inside the laboratory, we learned he had a diabolical plan in mind. His goal was to poison the drinking water reservoirs in several parts of the city. You know, as diabolical boys do, they poison the drinking water. To this day, his motives remain unclear. His arrest on 5588 was due entirely to chance. He was recognized by a police officer while stumbling around in a state of inebriation, shouting of his intention to poison the entire city. Well, that's kind of his own fault then. None of the interrogations following his arrest have provided any conclusive information. Hans Scheilman broke his silence only with incoherent comments. You getting anything on Scheilman?
I had to go to Google Translate.
I figured.
So apparently Scheil...
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me spell it right again. Means squint.
The squinty man! Hans
Yes,
Squinty Man.
Squinty Man.
Hello, my name is Hans Squinty Man. How are you? Yes, yes. Oh, I love that.
Squinty Man.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Hans Squinty Man. Alright. So there was that. Alright. I don't see anything else. Oh, I hear another ding of my face in the corner, but I'm not sure what it was to. Nothing in here. I'm going to talk to you again.
According to these documents, Hans Schielmann,
Schiel.
known as the Rat Killer, was considered the greatest specialist in chemical poison in the world.
Is he at liberty?
Happily, no. He has been held in the high-security wing of London's Westgate prison for many years now.
Then he cannot be the one who concocted the poison.
Don't dismiss him too quickly, Watson. According to
I can't wait to
Scotland
see
Yard,
this man's
the man
picture.
is exceptionally intelligent.
Squinty
For the
Man.
greatest criminals, prison is but a mere obstacle. Let's plan a little visit to see Mr. Schielmann tomorrow.
Now, using your Google Translate, do they say Schiel or Shile?
Shiel.
Okay. It has been many, many years since I took German, so I could not remember.
I cannot leave now.
You cannot leave now. What do you need? There's certainly nothing over there. What do you need from me, sir? Don't mind him saying, let's go over there, and then saying, I cannot leave.
Let us look at our deduction board,
Ugh.
Watson.
That's what we're doing.
Deduction board.
Why didn't you just pull it up then? Alright, so finger. He fucking yanked it off. He did not necessarily want to kill himself, but he did.
The bishop went mad.
He definitely did go mad, but I was gonna say, I think he also fought his aggressors with his mouth.
Though?
What?
Did you hear me though? I didn't
Yeah.
say mad, I said man.
He went positively squinting mad. But yes, I'm gonna say he went mad, but I do think he fought off the aggressors. But I think he fought them off because he went mad. Alright, the flask contains a poison of madness, and so he went mad. The murderers had poison that causes madness. The bishop's murderers are lunatics. The bishop's murderers are vampires! Hey, you said that they weren't earlier, Bailey!
Nah, the poison causes madness.
Well, obviously. Are you sure they're not
I
vampires?
really want you to go with vampires.
I don't know. I think they went in there. I think they tied him down. I think they set fire to his legs and then forced him to drink blood.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they made him drink blood and he started turning into a vampire, which is why he craved more, human flesh, and he bit off the finger, and he started burning from the sun that started at his feet,
Even though the windows were behind him.
The sun was high, it only reached his feet. There was a cloud that masked the rest of him.
Compelling evidence.
I mean, seeing as there's a lot of assumptions we do here, there's technically nothing saying that it can't be.
True.
They could have been, for all we know.
But they couldn't have stepped on holy ground, so
Well,
the only problem with that.
That's using their logic. Maybe these vampires are super vampires, and they've learned to do away with that.
Okay.
Okay, well, it didn't, made them drink blood! They definitely made them, drink the contents because he went mad. Yep, there we go.
Perfect.
Perfect!
Well done, Watson. Our board is finished. It confirms that the bishop's murderers work for one person, who, amongst other things, possesses a very sophisticated poison. They therefore act for someone more educated than
Educated,
themselves.
yes.
You remember Wiggins and his gang? The Baker Street
Deduction
irregulars?
apprentice,
Yes,
first
the
class
street urchins,
chemist.
whom you employ upon occasion, and Wiggins is their leader.
Yes. Well, I have hired their services again. I have instructed them to find out the address of the bishop's nephew.
I think he's here.
Hey, look, it's him! I was just wondering if...
Wiggins,
Wait, what was that
have you
voice?
found the information for which the good
Wait a
Dr.
second.
Watson is going to pay you?
Yes, Mr.
That
Holmes,
child
indeed.
looks like he's 15.
Wait, Bailey, listen to his
Very
voice.
well,
Wait.
I understand.
I
Here
can't
are-
hear him.
Shush!
Remember?
Thanks, Dr. Watson. The man you're looking for lives near Kensington.
Does he live alone?
Yes, but he rents a room for an old lady.
Did she see you?
No, Mr. Holmes, no one saw me.
Perfect. Watson, give our young friend another shilling as a reward for his discretion.
Here we go again. But of course.
Bailey.
What?
I'm
Here's
falling
sec, they
asleep,
kept
Holmes.
talking.
Aren't you tired?
No, I have an exceptional constitution. I can't remember ever having been fatigued by work. Idleness, on the other hand, exhausts me completely. Go to bed, Watson. The night will be short. We leave at dawn.
Maybe
Wow,
Sherlock's
this
the
is a
vampire.
real adventure.
My goodness,
It's
more talking.
exciting. I like it better than made-up stories. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading. I'm going to.
That child is fugly.
Ah,
I mean,
wanna
I did
listen
say
to
that at the
it.
beginning, so...
I think I was pulling
My
out
readers
food.
must excuse me if I
Potentially.
do not describe in full detail here the terrible images which haunted me that night.
I had a sense that something extraordinary would take place, but I was scarcely prepared for the reality of it.
Can we
Good
stop talking? I
morning,
wanted to say
Holmes.
something.
Did you get any rest?
I did not attempt to sleep.
Have you managed to come to any conclusions?
I think that we might follow three trails.
Sherlock didn't get
We
much
can
sleep,
visit
but I'm like,
Whitechapel to
I
try to
turned on my
discover the identity of the
my
murderers by making
blanket
inquiries
to
at
like warm up
dispensary
because I'm a little
4661
cold, and now my eyes
the
are like,
Whitechapel Street
it's time to
Cemetery.
nap.
The poison trail seems more important
Is
to me.
Bailey gonna
We
leave
should
me
perhaps
soon?
go to Westgate Prison first to see how
No, I'm
Shield-
fighting it as best I
Yes.
can.
And let us not
Here,
forget
let's
the
wait
Bishop's irascible
just a moment for all these people to
whose
stop
address
talking.
we now have, thanks to my Baker Street irregulars. I have located each place on our map of London.
Holmes, let me remind you that we still have not been officially instructed to investigate this affair.
Ah, well, we will just have to hide that small detail.
Okay, finally. So, first off, I was not expecting that little boy to sound so old. Second off, they did make these accents a lot better, but just so you know, right as I started thinking in my head about Mr. Holmes, as the kid would say, the kid fucking comes in and says, "Hello, Mr. Holmes."
Oh my god. Also, that kid looks like he was fucking 50.
Well, he sounded like it too, so. And I was gonna say that Curtis had messaged me not long ago, talking about dinner, so you will potentially be able to sate your sleepiness sooner than later.
Well, it's because I turned on my heated blanket and,
Well, yeah.
you know, I get that catnap shit going on.
Well, I mean, it's warm, so man.
I was cold. I turned it on because I was cold.
Hey.
And now my body's like, just relax and fall asleep.
That does happen. Alright, so it is currently 6:45. I don't know when Dad is planning on getting food, but I will be alerted via my ring, and we can try to plan things accordingly. And I can just get off when dinner gets here, and Bailey can take a nap. Or an overnight nap, as one does on occasion.
Nah, I'll be fine. Dude, I woke up at fucking 3. I don't need to sleep.
Hey, that doesn't mean you can't take like a 5-hour nap and then just wake up and be awake. Just saying.
I mean, I do need to do homework, but what homework do I need to do?
I mean, is it due tonight? Because you could probably take a 5-hour nap and then just wake up and do it then.
No, it's due on Sunday.
Which means that you have time to take a 5-hour nap.
Yeah, and it looks like I just have I just have a fucking stupid questionnaire thing for
Westgate Prison.
environmental. I have my homework written on my board, so.
We are going to a prison, Bailey.
Prison?
Here we are at the
I
famous
like
Westgate
prisons.
Prison, one of the oldest and surest in the kingdom.
I like the
I've
architecture.
heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it
But they have to be
strange
the
that
old
it still
prisons. I don't
houses
like new
criminals as
prisons.
dangerous as
Well,
Hans
this one's
Schielmann?
at least 200
There's
years
nothing
old.
strange about it, Watson. The name of this
Yeah?
prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands.
Oh my god, do you hear how dramatic this music is?
I know, it kind of kicked up in tempo.
It sure did.
Good morning, gentlemen. You expected?
No,
That's
but
the
we
only
wish to
thing I
meet with
can
one of the
fucking
prisoners,
hear.
Hans Schielmann.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
Famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour.
Hmm.
My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton.
Goodness, this
One
music.
last thing.
I don't
Hans
know.
Schielmann received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
That was very impolite.
Sherlock,
Holmes.
that's so rude.
That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
Watson, you know I don't have time to spare a few minutes to decide if these beads are actually real or fake. How can I possibly give him another 30 seconds to finish his sentence? He's so sad, he has to just look under his table now. I don't know what he's doing. It looks... I feel like he's supposed to be doing that on the top of his desk, but instead he's doing it under his desk.
I think his chair's missing, or...
Well, his chair is there, but I feel like he's just way too slouched. And I don't know why he's looking so slouched.
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty. I can't help you.
He's like just a foot in the ground for some reason. Like, he looks fine from the
Yeah.
back, but he's like, his shoulders are hardly even coming over the counter. That's weird.
They weren't like that before.
Hello,
Sorry,
people.
But this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Okay, I wasn't sure what this
We
room
must
was.
see the prison director quickly.
Shush! Let's see, low security, some hallway, some other hallway. I'ma go low
There's
security.
a sign above those other two
Oh
there's
yes,
signs above them.
administration and high security. So I guess this way, right?
So go towards administration, yeah.
Unless I wanted to just go say hi to Hans.
Cleaning
Maintenance?
materials, otherwise known as a broom cupboard. Nothing of interest here.
Are you sure?
Closed.
You sure? It could be exciting.
Closed. Closed.
Probably gonna be closed, right?
Locked. I
Hmm.
can feel a draft. This must be the access to the inside yard.
I don't think that's how you spell draft. But okay.
Closed. Staff
A
cloak.
cloakroom?
Closed.
How fun.
The locker room. This is where the prisoners' things are kept.
Closed.
Well, everything's closed, apparently. The secretary, you have a line in between your door frame, just so you know.
Let's go to the secretary's office.
I kind of wanted to investigate the rest of the prison, but it's probably just going to say closed. She's very
Yeah.
green. Jesus.
I
Good
hate when you get a
morning.
crumb in your boob and it just decides to stab you.
Excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
There were some strange background noises there.
There were.
tiredness, pale face, stiffness, I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so.
I think it's funny though, hearing this dramatic music. They're just like, alright, so we're gonna program this game. Do we want, like, calm, atmospheric music? And they're like, no, this is a Sherlock Holmes game. It's gotta be always a 10. Sometimes, crank it to 11.
Yeah.
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny
Oh,
Patterson.
balls. Stop it.
Balls?
This small
I love balls.
Eyeballs.
is to be given immediately to the director.
Eyeballs.
Hot tea.
Hot tea with some weird lemon lime looking things. Sup? Why do you have to be right behind me though, sir? Right behind me though.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Stare deep into your eyes, that's what. Is there anything for me to look at over here? Does it want me to leave? It does want me to leave for some reason.
Closed.
Why am I leaving?
I don't know.
Mr.
I got
P.
lots of music.
Patterson. No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
They sure do.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schiele.
Hans, the rat killer? He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Yes. Evidently, he says.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guardroom. He will show you to the cells.
I found the thing
Thank you, Director.
that I was
Keep
telling
me
you about earlier
informed
with
of
the
your
dogs.
progress. And if there is anything
Congrats.
else, don't hesitate to let me know.
I sent it to you as a
We
gift
shall certainly do
on
so.
Messenger.
I see.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer?
What?
Exactly, what?
Sherlock, not the time or place.
Yeah, be Professor Oak, and this is not the time nor the place for that one. But also, it made me laugh so hard and I had to contain myself because Watson accused them of being related, basically, and then as soon as Sherlock started talking, the music amped to a 12. And it sounded so dramatic.
It's like, you just uncovered a secret. No, it's not really. It's nothing to do with the plot of the game.
It has absolutely nothing to do with the plot of the game. As far as we know. For all we know, the vampires have something to say about this, too.
Or maybe the bishop is the father.
Dun dun dun! Shocked in Spanish.
Oh, goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Or the Maury show. You are the father.
Oh god. Alright, I'm in a hurry apparently. Let's go! That was
so
nice.
comfortable. Stupid
Sorry,
eyeballs.
but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
But I have a pass. I should be able to come in without me showing you the fact I have a fucking pass.
Ah, you've You've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end.
You've got a pet.
Well, he said that to come over here and the guard would show me where to go. Why did I have to walk in the rest of the way?
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden.
What?
And this is Deputy
Peter
Warden
James.
O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
I can get
Is
this
this the
letter
only
off me.
access?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
I was gonna question that
At
second
your
door.
service. If you require further information,
There we
Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
Nice and comfy.
Mr.
And
Holmes,
cozy.
I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. I'm going to try my chance once this
What?
establishment closes
Security
down.
guards don't count.
I'm
Prison
studying
security
hard
guards
for the
don't count as
examination to
police
get into
officers?
police school.
No, they only watch people who've already been condemned for their crimes.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint Brothers.
The Flint Brothers?
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
I think it's funny how this is supposed to be like questions and things that I'm saying, but the Great Detective was me just listening to the other person say something.
Fair.
I think
See you
it's-
later, Mr. Holmes.
You know. Alright, let's go. What is
This
this?
device must be the alarm.
Yeah, typically. I wasn't really ever questioning that, but... Well, let's look at
It is
this.
the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
There's also the Nightly Comet, featuring a man. I don't know what about this man, but something.
Fancy.
Can I open door? Thank you. Look at all these
High
cobwebs.
security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service.
Is
sir.
a typical old
Good morning,
Skyrim
Warden.
dungeon down
I have
here.
a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very
Yup.
well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle.
Or it could be
of the
that
corridor.
warehouse game that Mark was playing.
True. I think it's funny that he's like, I
Lots
advise you
of
to walk down
cobwebs
the
in there.
middle, but I'm like, what if I did walk on the very edge, though? Would I get grabbed by one of the Flint brothers? Alright.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna kill my brother. But before
Where's
that,
Squinty Man?
I'm gonna
This
make
isn't
it
Squinty Man.
Right now I'm
his
Squinty
own
Man because
eyes.
I'm fighting to keep my eyeballs open.
I'm Squinty Man because this accent is weird.
What do you want? You're a friend of my brother, are you? That dirty rat. I'm gonna have his guts for garters.
Got this music.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. They said there's only 3 people down here, and it's interesting that it's in the front 2 and the back 1. What are you doing with the floor there, sir? Mr. Ratman? What are you doing with your anime hair flooping out like that?
Schielmann, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here,
He's Squinty,
you are
alright.
the first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between 2 geniuses, 2 extraordinary minds.
I'm afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielmann. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once.
But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels. Believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
Well, I'm not gonna bring to you any chemicals.
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread. And even then, not just any sort. The...
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me! Where was I? Oh yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Shielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
Some of this really makes me laugh.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen.
I'm gonna bet that the ink of his ink pen is some sort of acid. He's going to corrode right through the bars of this and say adios to prison.
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
That's what I think. I also want to know what the fuck he's doing on the floor. Alright, over here I go. Actually, I'm curious. They said that they sealed and barricaded this other door. Does not seem barricaded in the slightest to me. That was a noise that it made.
Warden?
Warden? I think Dad might be back soon. I am unsure, but I hear the dogs exclaiming. Let's run over to this locker room.
Closed. The locker room. This is where the prisoner...
Right. Knife.
Closed.
No. Scalpel. No. I'm not entirely sure how they want me to open this. I doubt that they would open it if I were to just talk to this guy.
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty. I can't help you.
The guards must spend long hours here.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have been of service, Mr. Holmes.
Can you tell me where I might find the locker room?
In the corridor that leads to the director's office. That's where the prisoners' civilian stuff is held. But seeing the length of their sentences, they've little chance of ever getting it back.
Can you open the locker room for us? We would like to inspect Shieldman's personal items.
No, Mr. Holmes. I'm not responsible for that. You will find the keys in the secretary's office.
Alright, to the secretary's office, I see.
See you later, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, then I am going to save it right in front of the secretary's office, so I remember that that's where I'm going. Save. His face looks funky right there. Alright. Oh. I don't know if Bailey still exists or not. Or if she passed.
Yeah, I still exist, but I'm going in and out. I'm listening.
So my food has arrived, so I'm going to investigate the secretary next time.
Oh, okay.
Next time.
Woo.
So I have saved, and the dramatic music can now cease.
Woo.
Alright. Toodles!
Doodles!
Toodles! I like turtles!